Okay. I'm a trendsetter. Ay, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a trendsetter. Okay. Let go. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look, they keep calling me, could you ride this beat? Look, probably. Okay, it ain't no problem. See, I can mold this thing like pottery. Better, I'ma bet on myself. And before the top, and I don't need your help. We set the tempo, we run this thing in simple. Let's go. Boy, I'm locked in. Know your place, I'm top 10. And all my haters watching, so you know I keep on clocking. Let's go. Time, my whole style of go. Mine, take my place, I hold mine. Run up, then it's go time. It's show time. Whoa. Yeah, they know I'm the one that set the trends, dog. Tell them tenfold, I'm gonna change the tempo. Okay, tell them I can't play it safe. Got more wins on the way. Gotta show them how to do it. Man, my team making plays. Okay, your team better play off. Sleeping on me, wake up. Too easy just to lay off. Okay, tell me who you know can do it better. I know, they know, we know I'm a trendsetter. Hey, okay, I know I'm here to stay. Counting on my wins, so I can't play it safe. Trying to go against us, get you out the way. Go hard, it's the only way to play. Let me say, I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Who can do it better? I'm a go-getter. I'm a trendsetter. Hey, look, told them I would elevate, now watch me go up. Critics acting up confused, they can watch me blow up. Knew I ain't watch me do it again. Tell them I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up.
What is going on, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up? I am back. And I am ready to go, baby. We got work to do. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was a tough one, as you guys already know. As I go ahead and crack one open like I'm drinking a beer. It's just seltzer water, baby. But the New York Yankees got work to do, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk you guys through it a little bit, all right? Not through it. We're going to talk through it, okay? And we'll go from there. But first, I want to see how many people we have in here. Let me close this out one second. Guys, we're gonna be busy today, by the way. We're going to be very, very busy today. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to look to do and go over all this fun stuff. But there is certainly a lot to talk about. We got Ghetto God in here. Dozer Phase. What up, Macho King? The one and only. I got my cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
You know, I got my cup of coffee, ladies and gentlemen. You better believe it. Patrick, what's up? Anthony Garcia, my brother. Tina, Anthony Medina. Beers and Frontiers. Oh, I like it, baby. He says, Boris is the devil. Damn. Sergio, what's up, Sergio? Pair of Jeans. What up? Catzilla every day. Scotty Wright. Jimmy Hacksaw. Giovanni, what's up, my brother? How you doing? Classic Man. Billow. Kev Boogie says, Gabagool. Oh, hey.
Gabagool. Over here.
Yes, indeed. That is how we do it, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, today is our charity event. We do this every December. We got a couple of charities lined up. We got Toys for Tots, of course. Little Lights. Little Lights. I thought the name is amazing, right? It's Little Lights. Come on, Little Lights. And then Second Chance Toys. Guys, the link is in there. I actually reached out to them a little earlier today. I thought there may be a way where you can package things and send it to them. But apparently they accept items at drop-off spots. So all you got to do, if you do want to drop off some toys, you want to do that, they do give you locations on the website. That is pinned. So if you look at the pinned thing in the chat right above, it says directions to send toys, the Second Chance Toys. if you want to do that, they got many, many locations around the country. Wherever you are, put your zip code in, and it should tell you where you can do a drop-off. That is, of course, if you guys want to go ahead and do that. Hold on one second. What is Jira talking about? Because I'm pretty sure it has it on there. Okay, anyway, yes, so that's the way you do that. Other than that, guys, all donations during the stream, you're going to see it right below me. You guys see it? That's it right there. Every super chat is going to go right there. So we're going to try to hit that goal. That is the goal that we're trying to reach. Jira just interrupted me. I don't see it. It's right there. Look, the love of my life, would you? Interrupting the source this way. Just kidding. I love you. Don't get mad at me. I don't want to get hit with a chancla before you leave, all right? This is a charity event. We're going to be nice today. We're going to be nice. Any donations will be sent to cash. This is how we're starting this. This is for the kids. We're starting this way for the children. Unbelievable. We're starting this way for the kids. This is what we do for the children over here. Those are Fays. Appreciate you, brother, starting us off. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go along and do our show right here today. We have a lot to discuss today, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an interesting time for us Yankee fans, folks. And buckle up. Fasten your seat belts. Things are going to get rather interesting. FL Diver, you the man, brother.
Thank you for being a friend.
Things are going to get really interesting. So we don't got to talk about Soto, right? I don't want to. I'll be honest with you guys. Beast Mode says, no news about the Yanks so far. I don't like it. We got comments from Brian Cashman. Yankee Hot Stove is on at 8 o'clock. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be talking about throughout all this. Kyle Millay says, Pete, I need Cashman to start cooking. But here is $9.99 for the kids. Sorry, it's not much. Brother, stop that. Don't ever say it's not much. We're trying to get a goal. I appreciate you, man. Steve Schumann, what's up, my guy? Coach, buy a kid a ball glove. You better go get them ball gloves, baby. But I don't want to talk about Soto right now because it's over. Juan Soto's gone, right? We got to move on. Look, I started the process of removing all things Juan Soto. It's over, right? We can't think about it. It's time to move on. Forget it. It's done. The Yankees have a lot of work to do. This is what they're working with. I got to do it. Hey, you go, everybody. Somebody messaged me. They said, Pete, do me a favor. Stop showing that shit on screen, would you? I don't want to see it no more. But this is what we're looking at right now. And yes, it's ugly. Do I expect it to stay like this? No. It's not going to stay this way. We all know that, but it is what it is, folks. This is what the Yankees currently have. Macho King says, for the kids. Oh, yeah. Match out. JD. Appreciate you, JD. For the kids, Merry Christmas, Medina with a big one.
Thank you for being a friend.
Gabagool. Gabagool. You the man, Medina. Appreciate you, brother. But there's a big gap here now for the Yankees. Garcia, you the man, brother. There's a big gap right now for the Yankees. There's a lot of available free agents. We're actually going to go over all of them. We're going to look at the guys that are there. We're going to look at what's available to the Yankees, what the possibilities are. But let's start off with Brian Cashman. Here we go. Brian Cashman started out his comments. This is from Brian Hoke. Brian Cashman said, of course, this is about Soto. We went above and beyond our comfort level in bidding for Juan Soto. He congratulated the Mets on getting the player and said of the Yanks' offseason plans, there's a lot of different ways to figure this out. Now, that's interesting. I gotta be real with you guys. That is rather interesting. I'm excited to hear Brian Cashman say there's many ways. Now, it's about the execution of the process. Can Brian Cashman execute? But there's more. Cashman said the Yankees have plenty to do and will be aggressive this offseason, but we're not going to be drunken sailors. Rob, appreciate you, man. A little something for the kids. You the man, brother. We're not going to be drunken sailors. Well, that's a new one. At least we're not going to be drunken sailors. But in reality, we know what he's talking about there, right? He's not going to go out there and just start throwing money everywhere and goes, who wants it? I understand that, and I can't say I agree with him saying that. The Yankees shouldn't go out there and just spend money. That would be stupid. This is not the greatest free agent pool to go deep diving into. For the kids, they are our future. Appreciate you, brother. You the man. And again, thank you to everybody. You guys always come through huge. We do these twice a year, and we appreciate you guys. Of course, the 24-hour stream did amazing. Actually, by the way, guys, as Roman adds in with a super chat, Cashman can sit on a U-log from the fireplace. Hey, yo. But just really quickly, me, Jira, Francis, his wife, we actually are going to have a little something cool coming up. I'm not going to announce it. I'm not going to talk about it until we do it, but it actually had something to do with the charity stuff that we do here at the U. So pretty damn awesome. I think when you guys see it, you're going to be like, hey, man, and, you know, this community is going to get a very, very big shout out. So very, very proud of the work we do and what we put in these and these other organizations recognizing us that we're not 100,000 subscribers, 500,000. We're not that. We're who we are. And, you know, we're sitting right now, it's closing in on 40,000, but it's amazing what this community has been able to do. So again, I just wanted to thank you guys for that. We do have something coming up. We'll take some pictures, show you guys, but it's really fucking awesome. Excuse my language, it's for the kids. This is for the kids. But we're going to have something pretty cool coming up that's going to recognize NYYU a little bit, and we're excited about it. And it's truly all because of the work that you guys have put in. Orlando says, for the kids, let's go Yanks. Bummed, but let's get to work on improving the team. Facts on top of facts. I'm right there with you. Here's another one here from Brian Cashman. It makes sense to move Aaron Judge back to right field. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. It makes all the sense in the world. No doubt about it. Brian Cashman said, of course, Aaron Boone mentioned Jason Dominguez as a leading candidate for center field. Trent Grisham is also under contract. We know that. Cyber Ninja Pete looked at the numbers and Cohen traded $51 million in dead money of Verlander and Scherzer into Soto. That's a boss move. You know, I don't want to, again, guys, I told you guys, I don't want to sit here and talk about the Soto situation. But I will say this. Steve Cohen did what he said he wanted to do when he bought the New York Mets. The Yankees basically came out, and it might have been Cashman, somebody, I forgot exactly who it was, but they said it today. Maybe it was just a reporter kind of quoting. Cold caller Gabe, you the man, brother. But basically they came out and said, if the New York Yankees continued on with going higher, Cohen was just going to beat it. Cohen was going to keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And they just said at that point, what's the point of this? We're done then. If 760 plus million is not enough, what are we gonna where are we going here? Because again, guys, look, Kev does this a lot. I'll do it right now. Dozer Phase, I appreciate you, man. Get 4 or 5 decent plays with the 750. That's not how it works. I'll talk about that again for the millionth time. It doesn't work that way. That's not how you do it. But the Yankees, you know, they did the right. If I were to ask you guys, put a 1 if you believed it, or a 2 if you never would have expected. 2 if you never expected, 1 if you believe. If I were to tell you guys when the playoffs began that the Yankees would put a deal on the table for Soto for $760 million, would you have believed it? Would you have believed that? Glenn Dennis for the kiddies, the kiddos. Let's go and make some moves and improve. We can do it without Soto. It will be tough, but not impossible too. And there you go. I mean, there you go, guys. Look, it's shocking to everybody. This is why I'm saying, I'm like, I know we want to be upset. Everybody knows Pete Simonetti. Oh, that's a Soto guy. He loves Soto. Forget about it. Anything Soto, forget with this guy. I do. I'm a big fan of Juan Soto. I still am. But I never would have sat here and said the Yankees are going to do 760. Hal Steinbrenner is going to step up and do 760. That's crazy. Cohen got his guy, and guess what? At the end of the day, that's what he said he wanted to do. He did it. Oh, well, it is what it is, and it's done. It's done. There's another quote here from Brian Cash regarding Soto. I'll get to that. Tyler says, Yankees needs lots of moves to fix this roster. And by the way, guys, I'm working on something. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'll be honest with you. I thought I had figured this out today. Let me pull it up one more time to see if maybe it works now, but I don't think so. I don't know. It doesn't show for me. I don't know. Anyway, I'm working on something that when you guys do a super chat or I can highlight a chat, it's actually going to show up on my screen here. And I just think that's an additional way that we can highlight the people of this community. And that's something I think is a great thing for us to do. And I want to do it. I'm not the greatest technology person in planet Earth, but I'm thinking I'm getting closer and closer to making that work. So hopefully I'll have that done pretty soon. Justin, appreciate you, man. You the man, brother. Jimmy Hacksaw. This is definitely for our kids who deserve to enjoy being a kid, or for the teens to buy eggs to throw at Soto. Well, there you go. Throw him on over there. You know what they say. He's not a good defender. He may not catch it. Stop it. He's an average defender, folks. I'm not taking shots at Juan, all right? This is from Brian Cashman. He says, Brian Cashman said that he always understood it was possible Juan Soto will be one and done with the Yankees. It's not a deal we regret. He impacted us in a heavy way. I'm just sorry we fell short in the World Series. Yeah, we all are, man. And if we won that World Series, let me tell you guys something, right? Anthony Reyes, that's what I'm working on, brother. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. Yeah, I'm working on that, but I'm also working on that with something else too. But this one's a little different because it's going to different areas. So when we do the 24-hour stream, it's going to one organization. So it's easy to do it via YouTube Giving because it goes to one person. This, we're splitting a little bit. My guy Joe with a little present box over. Hey!
Thank you for being a friend.
Gabagool. What else we got over here? Kyle Malay, you the man, my brother. Average fielder is generous. Average fielder is generous. Let me be a little generous. All right, let me be a little generous over here. Is that okay? Am I allowed to be a little bit generous here when it comes to Soto? But if the Yankees won, let me ask you guys this question. I think we're all going to be on the same page with this one. If the Yankees won the World Series, would you guys care right now as much that Soto left? Serious question. I love to hear what you guys got to say on this one. Yeah. I figured you would see more. I figured you would see more no's in there. That's just who Yankee fans are. And it's an amazing thing because we're so much friggin' different. We're so different than everybody else. We're just very, very, very different. We're a different style of fan base. We just are. And that's something I talk about a lot. This is why, people don't fully understand Yankee fans. They fully don't understand who Yankee fans are, what Yankee fans do. They don't understand it fully. We just want to win, man. It's strange in a way because I'm telling you guys the truth right now. I love Soto. I would have loved for him to be here for years and years and years. But I tell you this right now, man. If the Yankees won the World Series, I would have said, all right, shit. Hey, man, we just won a chip and he left. So, fuck, what are you going to do? That's tough. I just want to win, man. And, again, I'm going to repeat this again because I don't want to strictly talk about Soto. I want to move on to other things and what the Yankees could do, what the team could look like. There's some rumors about the Yankees getting involved with some other outfielders, Teoscar Hernandez, Anthony Santander. Something I forgot about Anthony. He played first base. and he's pretty decent at first base per my understanding, but I'm going to look into that a little bit with you guys. But if we won the chip, this would be so different right now. It just would be. LA Lou says Soto hit 40 dingers for the first time in his career because he had Aaron Judge hitting behind him. This is true. I told Jared this today. He won't have that with the Mets. Have Chisholm lead off and turn loose. Use that $760 million to bring in 3 good bats. Again, I don't know if this is the free agency to do that, but we are going to take a look at it, guys. We got a lot of stuff that we're going to be taking a look at today. Again, 8 o'clock voicemail lines are open, and shit, I just X'd off one of the things I needed. Damn it. I could pull that up really quickly, though. Let's see. Free agent. MLB. I think I did MLB free agents. MLB. Got to pull up the right one here. Here it is. All right. Perfect. There we go. We got that pulled up. And where is, should we start with him? Yeah, you know what? I'll start with Teoscar Hernandez. A lot of people are talking about Teoscar Hernandez and how this would look. Would it make sense for the Yankees? And I want to talk about a lot of these guys, specifically starting on free agency. And again, guys, just so you're aware, we're going to be staying here for a while tonight, so we're not going anywhere. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. And again, just to remind everybody, if you have old toys, I think they got to be plastic toys based on the website. I got some stuff that I'm going to be giving away, and I'm going to be dropping off here at one of the areas that accept the donations. But it's basically, I think the website tells you, the website is pinned in the chat right now. It says directions to send toys to Second Chance Toys. Take a look at that, guys. You just put your zip code in, and there's places to drop items off to. If you can, do it. I'm giving everybody the option to do that. I thought maybe there was a way to send, like via the mail, but apparently there's not. So you just got to do it as a drop-off. But the option is right there, guys. It's pinned in the chat right on top. Sandman, I appreciate you. Pete, what would it take to get Corbin Carroll? It ain't going to happen. They'll no reason for them to trade Corbin Carroll. You won't see that happen. But let's talk about Teoscar Hernandez. Here's a really good player. Matter of fact, this is what I'm looking at, so you guys can maybe, if anybody wants to pull this up with me, we can look at all this together. Obviously, the guys on the right, you see the signing team. You know who's already there. But then we got some of the other guys to take a look at also. Teoscar Hernandez is going to be the first guy that we're looking at. Obviously, still available. We got to assume that many teams are going to be all over this guy. We know that already, right? The Dodgers are going to still be there for him. Very good player. Teoscar is. Had a great year for the World Series Dodgers. 33 home runs, 272 average, 339 on base percentage, 501 slugging, 840 OPS. And I'll tell you guys immediately out the gate, I would not mind Teoscar Hernandez at all. I don't know what the amount of money is going to be that he's going to be involved in, but I'm going to put a poll up for all these guys, so give me a second. David says, if Astros are listening on Tucker, what do you think we try? I love Tucker, but again, that's just something I don't see happening. We're going to get the trade targets, everybody, but let me get the poll in the chat real quick. I'm just going to write the player's name to make it a little bit easier on me. Let's see, Teoscar Hernandez, and I'm just going to put a yes or no in there for everybody to drop their answer in there. See what you guys think. And basically, this is me saying, would you go after Teoscar Hernandez? Would he be the player that you guys would say, we saved some money here, let's go after him? Again, not the greatest outfielder on planet Earth. I think if I were the Yankees, I like him. I don't love him. And I think you guys are going to hear me say this a lot today. I like Teoscar Hernandez. I don't love Teoscar Hernandez. One of my concerns would be the same concern I kind of had with Soto is I would need Teoscar in right field. I wouldn't like Teoscar in left, obviously not in center field. So to me, it's still a bit tough. It's still a bit tough for me if that would be the move I make. Everybody seems to be involved in him. There's rumors of the Yankees. There's rumors of the Blue Jays. There's rumors of the Dodgers, the Red Sox. With all those teams being involved, I just got a feeling he's going to make quite a bit of money. And I don't know if he's going to price himself away from the Yankees, but not my favorite name on planet Earth. You know, he's not a guy I'm jumping up and down for joy with. Let's see what you guys are thinking. And I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, guys. We got 814 in here. Wow. 60% right now believe the Yankees should make a run at Teoscar Hernandez. We got about 170 plus votes right now. We'll probably keep it going till we get a little over 200 votes roughly for all these guys. So once that pops on your screen, guys, go ahead and give it a vote, and we will take it from there. But, man, Teoscar Hernandez right now looking like somebody some of you guys want to go after. We got 200 votes now, 58% saying they would go after Teoscar Hernandez. Again, I don't really know money-wise. You would think well over $20 million a year is what he's going to get. It's interesting, man. That's certainly an interesting name. I give you guys another interesting name that doesn't get as much love, but could make sense for the Yankees, actually. He could make a lot of sense for the Yankees. I think this guy just has everything to do with do you believe is the big thing. And I think Bill just said it. So if I pull this back up right here, we take a look at some more of the names here. Jurickson Profar. This is an intriguing one to me. This is a really intriguing one to me. Jurickson Profar. Here's a guy coming off in a crazy good year. He hit 280 with a 380 on base percentage, 459 slugging, 839 OPS. 24 bombs for the San Diego Padres. He's also a switch hitter, which would make him an amazing leadoff guy for the Yankees. Scroll down a little bit. The range wasn't amazing. Arm value, arm strength is very good. A Jurickson Profar in left field? I don't know, man. This is one of those guys where it's like you'd really have to get your scouting department. You'd have to get your guys all together and go, hey, man, look, you got to sell me on this one. Because there's a lot that I like about Jurickson Profar. There's a lot that I like. But there's also a lot I'm concerned about. Does he continue on? Can he have this type of year again? I don't know. You got to believe in this guy. Because the one thing I do know is he's going to get paid. With the season he had, he's going to get paid. Ramon says, man, I have a love-hate relationship with Soto right now. I feel you. L.A. Lou says, there are good bats in this free agent season. Hold your nose and trade for Correa or sign Bregman to play third base, sign Santander for right field, and sign Walker or trade for Bellinger to first base and let in your lineup. But here's the deal. Here's the tough part. Here's the tough part, man. What people don't seem to fully get. You got a better free agency coming up just next season. You got Tucker that's available. You got Vladimir Guerrero Jr. that's available. Murakami's available. That's the problem that everybody's facing here. Is it makes it rather difficult. Do you go all in now? Load up on some contracts that you may not be overly comfortable with. That's the tough position that Brian Cashman is in. And I would hate to fucking be him right now. I would hate to be him. AG says, Pete, stop it. Judge is 33 and Cole be 34, 35. You cannot waste a year. Has there been somebody else talking? I said they should waste a year. Oh, I'm going to need alcohol. I'm going to fucking need alcohol to make it through this one. I might need alcohol in this one, folks. I don't know. When did I say they should waste a year? Was it you, Spank? Spank! Was it Spank? Let's see where the poll finished. Well, right now, my God, 53% say Jurickson Profar. Are you guys just going to say, fuck it, go for anybody? Is that what we're going to do here? Everybody just going to say, yeah, let's go for this guy. I like Jurickson Profar. I'm a fan of him. I'm going to stick with some bats early, guys. Then we will move on to other players. Here's a good one. Oh, man, here's a good one. I want to see this, and I want to spend some time here. I want to spend some time here on Anthony Santander. This is an interesting one. He became a little more interesting to me today. And I'm going to show you guys why. Give me a second here on Anthony Santander. Sandman says, go with Dom. Jones, spend on Freed and bullpen and let's rock. And then get Murakami, Tucker, and Vlad. Get all three of them. But let me look up Anthony Santander real quick. I want to see something before I put it in the poll. Matter of fact, let me copy that. Go here. And let's throw it in the poll before I start the convo. Let's go to start a poll. Bada bing, bada boom. Ski. I got to be careful what I say with you guys. Everybody puts words on. Pete, you're blowing the year, Pete. They think I'm Brian Cashman. I'm not fucking bald. I'm not bald, man, Cashman. Come on now, babe. I want to figure out ways to win the World Series, baby. I'm all in. Yo, my guy says you guys are doing something special for the kids. Go Yanks. We do it twice a year, brother. We do charity donations twice a year, baby. Al says sign Profar, Bellinger, Bregman, and Tanner Scott. But I want to, where's he at here? Okay, here we go. This is interesting about this guy. My God, we got a bunch of supers coming in at the same time. Oh, the kids are happy. Let me breathe over here. Let's get to these. Marcos, Yankees better see swap and sign like 3 to 4 all-stars. I'm kind of happy now. That was a lot of money to spend on Soto. I would have spent it. Love the guy. The new laptop, we hear things, Pete. I don't know if you said waste a year, but I don't know. I'm putting that cheese on that burger. But I do know I'm putting the cheese on that. I fucking love this guy, man. I love Crackle Nuts. If anybody did, I love this guy. Alejandro says, who do we want for first base and third base? Merry Christmas to all the kiddos. Salute, bro. You the man, brother. Lil Den says, we should trade J-Dom, Jones, Hampton, Arias for Soto. Yes! Trade them all, get Soto back. Damn it, we'll be a good team. Anthony Santander, let's talk about him. Let's talk about it. There's the man right there and beats the shit out the Yankees. I think everybody could agree with that, right? He beats the Evan Lover shit at the Yankees. He kicks our friggin' ass many times. Tommy Canely, change up. Home run, hit in the air. Here's something I forgot about Anthony Santander, folks. Did you guys remember this? He plays first base. Not a ton, but he spent some time at first base. I don't know how great he is. Is it something you'd be willing to do? Does that kind of change your opinion of him? Would you put him at first base? I don't think I would, but he can play first base. And again, do you want to throw anybody out over there at first? No, that's not the smartest thing to do. But here's my concern with Santander. And I'm going to make this very simple for you. And unfortunately, I kind of have to bring up Soto in this one. His on-base percentage just doesn't do it for me. And that worries me some because he is a good hitter. Don't get me wrong. I do think at Yankee Stadium he can put up Really solid numbers. I believe that. Cracklenut says, if I don't get MVP, I'm going to prison with a Hawk to a girl. And I did not sleep with a Hawk to a girl. I was up all night. Bada boom. Damn. This guy's something else. Bing bong. The thing about Santander for me worries me, I'll be honest. And here's why I say he worries me. He's probably going to get, he's 30 years old, probably gets 5-6 years. And I don't know, I just don't know if this guy's going to immediately turn into a low 200 hitter. He got a on-base percentage of 308. That ain't my thing. Bring back Verdugo. I love Doogie, but hell no. Hell no. Hell friggin' no. No, no, no. And in that poll, 54%. There's not really. So here's what we know so far. This is interesting. We have 3 players so far. There hasn't been one player yet that has been a runaway on this. Not one player. My great friend Hirsch, the one and only.
You're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. You're the best.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Festivus to the kids. Oh, that's my guy. David Miser says Jock Peterson. I don't think you want Jock Peterson running around your outfield. Just saying. I don't think he's the guy you really want running around your outfield too much. Now, don't get me wrong. He is available. I don't know if he's the guy you want running around your outfield, to be quite honest with you. So that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me. I don't know on that one. All right. I know you guys like this guy. I'm not going to front. I like him too. There are some concerns, but that's this type of free agency. There's no sure bets out there. Christian Walker. Of course, as a first baseman, 3 years in a row, Gold Gloves at first base, 3 years in a row, over 800 OPS for Christian Walker. This is a solid ball player. Everybody knows what my concerns are about Christian Walker. I worry if these numbers will continue to produce this type of way with the Yankees. Now, maybe I shouldn't worry about that as much. Maybe I should convince myself of this and go, well, Pete, here's the thing, right? His glove's going to maintain, and shouldn't that be somewhat good enough? He is 33, probably is going to get a 3 or 4 year deal. Tito Versace says, just heard the Astros are open to talk about a trade for Tucker. If that's true, I don't know if they deal him to the Yankees, but that's a good guy to get and sign long-term quickly. Christian Walker's a right-hander. Christian Walker strikes out a bit. Again, very, very good defender at first base. The Yankees would have no issues at first base with Christian Walker defensively. He's a phenomenal first baseman defensively. Really good. How good is he for the Yankees? Is that move make sense for a team that right now is going to have quite a facelift on the infield? $18 million a year, $20 million a year potentially, because he's going to want his payday. Again, man, 3 years in a row, 804 OPS, 830 OPS, 803 OPS. Always has around a 470 slugging percentage. These are solid numbers. 330 on base percentage. He's been a good player. 36 homers, 33 homers, 26 homers last year. Let me see what you guys got to say on this one. This one is interesting to me. We got 57% say yes. And again, I find this so intriguing because we have not had a runaway player yet. I think we're probably getting close to one of these guys, specifically on pitching. On the pitching side, I think we're going to see those. Crackle Nut says Walker fits this team way better with Soto back. That I agree. I agree with that. Here's a name that I have liked. I think some of you have not liked him, and some of you do not like him at all. I keep trying to sell you guys on it. with Soto would have been so much nicer to talk about, but they don't have him, obviously. Carlos Santana. And I know he's older, Pete. Come on, man. He's older. Why would you want this guy on your team? I am not getting Carlos Santana, Pete. Why waste the money? Why would you do that? I get it. I'm going to pass. I don't want him. Not good. Bada bing, bada boom, ski. Bing bong. D says Bellinger needs to be our first baseman. We're going to get to him shortly. Don't worry about it. But here is Carlos Santana. Kev, oh my God. Going to be very interesting offseason for sure. You bet your ass it's going to be. So apparently I did just see that people are saying, apparently people at the winter meetings are saying that it sounds like Tucker is available. Kyle Tucker would be an awesome pickup for the Yankees. So Carlos Santana, can I try to sell him to you guys? And then I know a lot of you guys are just gonna be like, Pete, shut up. It didn't work. It didn't work, Pete. You could try all day. It ain't gonna work. I don't want him. David Miser says, if the Twins are willing to trade Correa, would you take him? It depends on that type of deal, but I'm going to get the trades, guys. Let me stick to free agency right now. Carlos Santana, look, I mean, the last couple of years, you're going to see a guy that hits about 240, right? He's going to have a slightly above 300 on-base percentage. He's not going to get paid a lot of money. He is a first baseman. We know that. Carlos Santana, the old over-the-hill MLB player. Nah, you mean the guy who, over-the-hill guys don't usually win Gold Glove awards. But, yeah, he's certainly not over the hill. 23 home runs last year, 238 average, 420 slugging, 748 OPS. And again, he won a Gold Glove. He is not going to get paid a lot of money at all. Probably going to be a one-year deal. I'll be honest with you guys, I liked him a lot more if Soto came back for a cheaper deal. Don't know if that's going to be the option with him right now. The Yankees may have to look at something a little bigger than that. They may have to look at something different. I wouldn't, depending on other moves that would be made, it wouldn't bother me that much. But I understand where the chat is. The chat right now, 68% saying no. So I did not talk anybody into Carlos Santana. My sale was not good. Rod Thompson says, time to move on. Pete, you know how we roll, just like NYYU. The show goes on. Thank you, Juan, but now you're the enemy. Peace out. True. Robert says, how many of these guys does Boris rep? Scary. Thank you. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how many of these guys that Scott Boras actually does rep. I'm not certain. Here's an interesting one. This is going to be fun. Oh, I haven't talked about him at all because I just don't really care about him. I don't really care about this guy. I don't even think it's going to be possible and that'll happen, but I'm interested to hear what you guys got to say. Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso. If you guys make him the first runaway of our poll, I would be disgusted. Pete Alonso. What do you guys think? Yankees need a first baseman. You know what I say? That's what I say. I'll say something else to you for him.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
That's what I think about Pete Alonso. Let the Mets keep him. I don't want him. But it's not up to me. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Damn. Beers and Frontier said he's fat and slow. Damn. Okay. Said he's fat and slow. Astros GM said they will listen on anyone. Is what apparently the Astros GM said, that team will listen on anyone. Pete Alonso had a good year. 40 homers, 46 homers, 34 homers last year, 240 average. Got that average back up a little bit. Slugging dipped, OPS dipped. Man, I tell you guys what, do you really want to pay for this guy? I don't know. I have a tough time on that one. I'd give Soto $800 million before I signed him. Big Sexy Yankee says, Pete, would you get over Soto if the Yankees get Cody Bellinger, Yandy Diaz, Alex Bregman, and Max Fried. I mean, that's a hell of an offseason. I would have to see that to believe it. But until then, I just got to see what the Yankees... It's not about getting over Soto. It's done. There's nothing to get over. It's done. Now it's time to move on and see what else the Yankees can do, is where we are. Cracklenut says, I will dress up as a polar bear at the event. Just don't come in butt-ass naked then. Crackle nuts. Don't just walk in the room butt-ass naked, all right? We ain't trying to see all that, Crackle. All right, we love you, brother. But we ain't trying to see all that, fam. I tell you right now. We don't want to see all that. Let's get into the nitty-gritty of things, shall we? Everybody wants to hear this. We're going to talk about them. I'm interested. Let's see who wins this one. This is going to be interesting, folks. This is going to be interesting. Did I close? No, I didn't close them out. 77% say no. Holy shit. That's the first runaway we have in a negative way. But I think we're going to have our first runaway here in a good way. The next name on the list, we're now going to, again, that's like all the big hitters. You got like guys like Kim and people like that. But for the big hitters, that's really who is all out there right now. Here's the next guy, folks. Are you ready for this? Corbin Burnes. Corbin Burnes, who before Juan Soto was a Met. Yankees probably really weren't overly serious. The Yankees now could absolutely get Corbin Burnes. 2.92 ERA in the American League East with the rival Baltimore Orioles. Didn't have the big strikeout numbers like he always does, but they were pretty damn good. Sandman says Burnes will be a Met. Book it. Can I say something? Can I say something here real quick that might get some of you mad? And I'm interested to see what this poll is. I'm going to say something right now that's going to get some Yankee fans mad maybe. Mets fans, you're going to be happy about this. If the Mets don't get Corbin Burnes, they're dumb as a rock. Dumb as a rock. You get Juan Soto, and this is a little Met chat real quick for Mets fans out there. If there's any Mets fans in the chat, listen to me real quick. I don't give a poot about your club. I'm just going to let you know ahead of time. So I have no horse in this race. I don't give a shit about the Mets at all. Zero. I will say this. You went out there. You gave all this money to Juan Soto. You got no fucking pitching. You got Kodai Senga and what the other guy, Peterson or whatever his name is, and Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes. If the Mets don't figure, and Frankie Montas, if you don't go out there, if you're Steve Cohen, and you don't add an ace, because he's an ace, you could at least say, we might not have the greatest pitch, but we got an ace, and we could kind of figure things out from there. Bro, you gotta get Corbin Burnes. You shouldn't let nobody beat you to get Corbin Burnes. That's it. You should go out there and get him and lock that shit in. If they don't, I think that's a major miss on part of the New York Mets. Big Sexy Yankee says, so the Astro GM said that. Can you say Jordan Alvarez? I don't know who, but a lot of times GMs say that. Everybody could be spoken about on our roster. Doesn't mean they're going to move anybody. Where are we sitting at with Corbin Burnes? Wow, 84%. He's the first runaway. 84% for Corbin Burnes, who is certainly going to demand quite the large contract, as he should. He's a very, very, very good pitcher. Pitching's very fragile, though. You got to be a little bit nervous with pitching, don't you? It's certainly a little worrisome when it comes to starting pitching in baseball today. Next name for everybody is one that I like, one that I prefer. That is, of course, free agent left-handed starting pitcher, Max Fried. I want to hear what you guys got to say about Max Fried, because my understanding is he is a name the Yankees are seriously connected to, and they like a lot. Guys, we're 17 likes away from 300 likes. We got 1,000 people in here. We're also 30 subs away from 39,700. Can you imagine if some miracle we could hit 40,000 tonight? Brandon Garcia says, for the kids, happy holiday. You the man, brother.
Thank you for being a friend.
But guys, I tell you this, man, I'm a fan of this guy. I really like Max Fried. I like this guy a lot. Whenever Max is on the mound, he is phenomenal. Last year, 3.25 ERA, 174 innings. Career 3.07 ERA for Max Fried. A guy that got good stuff. I would love to see a New York Yankees rotation with a Max Fried in it. Matter of fact, well, give me a sec. I don't think I could do this from here. Maybe I could. Let me test something real quick because I might actually have something here that I can pull up for you guys that would show you. I forgot to do this. I usually don't forget stuff. Look at Pete Simonetti forgetting things nowadays. Getting old. Let's see if I can pull this up. Is this going to show on both of my screens here? It's not, but I can't see it. Why does it look like that for? You know what? Fuck it. We'll just do it live. Oh my God! That's why I didn't want to do that live. That was not meant to be that large. Hey, yo! That wasn't meant to be that large. I didn't pull this up earlier. Here we go. Wait, you guys just deal with me for a second. I'm going to have a little fun with this. All right, lock that in. I'm going to do something real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Hide. We're going to slide that baby over to the left. To the left. To the left. To the right. To the right. Now dip, baby, dip. Come on now, dip, baby, dip. So I did this earlier, and I just have Max Fried in there because why the hell not? It's always fun to have fun. If the Yankees were to go out, and this is a very good part to transition into trades, okay? So stay with me for a second, guys. Smack that like, hit that sub if you have not. I want you guys to hang out with me here for a second, okay? As I get a sip of my Home Alone glass here. Bless this highly nutritious, microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner and the people who sold it on sale. Amen. I want to talk about something with you guys here, right? One thing you can say about the Yankees is if they were to add a good starting pitcher, they have probably, and yell at me if you want, tell me I'm stupid if you want, I don't mind, I'm a big boy, I can handle it. Besides the Dodgers, they may have one of the, top 4 rotations in Major League Baseball? Does anybody disagree with that? Would anybody look at this and go, nah, Pete, there's no way? In my opinion, depth-wise also, they got a shit ton of depth at the starting rotation side of things. And I think they actually would have one of the better rotations in baseball. As long as these guys stay healthy, because you never know what health, right? You never know what health. You never have an idea of health. But let's just say for the hell of it, this is what it could be. And you look at Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Louis Heel, and Clark Schmidt. Now, mind you, there's also guys out there like Walker Buehler, who could be had on possibly a 1-year deal, they're saying. You could also add him into this potentially and move more players. So if you look at that, then you got your depth area, right? Your 6 and your 7 and your 8 and all that. Nestor Cortez, Marcus Stroman, Cody Poteet, Will Warren, who I may never want to see him pitch again, and Chase Hampton, who is finally healthy, ready to have a full season again in the minor leagues under his belt, could fly through the system. Big stuff for Chase Hampton. And that's not even getting into all the depth in the minor leagues. Your Carlos Legrand, your Henry Lalane, all those guys we're not talking about here. We're just talking about some guys that are close, if not ready, for the big leagues. But the reason why I bring up this graph and I wanted to talk about it is because trades got to be a big part of what the Yankees do this offseason. You heard Brian Cashman basically come out and say, well, we gotta, in other words, he basically said we have to be creative. There's many ways that we can improve this team, right? Trades gotta be at the forefront. You guys know the names, right? We talked about them. I think Bellinger will be phenomenal. Matter of fact, we'll get into all those, but I think Bellinger would be phenomenal. And by the way, Max Fried is the complete runaway. I didn't close this poll yet. I just did 92%. 91%. Max Fried is the number 1 pick so far for this chat for the Yankees to go sign via free agency 91% want Max Fried. That is interesting. That is very interesting. But the depth here is going to allow, by adding a starting pitcher, you open up your depth. By adding 2 starting pitchers, you really open up the mind here. I think Marcus Stroman is as good as gone. Somebody tweeted him today. I was like, bro, you're going to leave or some shit like that. You're out. And he was sticking up for Soto. But he was like, I don't care if I left, I can't, I've done everything I wanted to do in this game, whatever. Kind of feels like the writing's on the wall on that one, in my opinion. You could then move Nestor Cortez also. And I tell you this, Nestor Cortez could get you a decent return. He's not expensive. He's been effective. He's been good. If the Yankees get somebody like a Max Fried, and again, none of this is guaranteed. We're just speculating. The Yankees get a Max Fried and let's say a Walker Buehler. Maybe they trade for a starter. Who knows? That allows you to have conversations about Clark Schmidt. Could Schmidt headline a package to the Cubs? Can he headline a package to the Cubs? Maybe. Maybe he can. I think that would be pretty solid. That could make a lot of sense. Could he headline that type of package? Maybe. What is this? Let's see. Okay, that was something else. I was just trying to catch up on something I was reading here, but that was something completely different right there. Okay. But all that's possible, man. And you got names that we talked about, the Bellinger and Horners out there that could come as one package deal. That would be phenomenal. That would be a great trade for the Yankees. You got Brendan Donovan, who I like a lot. Somebody just mentioned Riley Green. I would love Riley Green. I don't think they would trade him. I think Detroit's a team trying to win, and Riley Green's a really good player. I would be very excited if the Yankees were able to pull off a Riley Green deal. I don't see that happening. J-Rod says, hey, Pete, how about Swanson and Bellinger? Swanson? Nardi and Edwards, that's another one. I'm a fan of that, says Cadzilla. But, yeah, I don't see a deal for Green happening. I'm a big fan of Brendan Donovan. I have been for a while. But, again, the reason why I wanted to have that on the screen right there is because it does kind of highlight what the Yankees could potentially do in certain deals. There's many options on the table for this team. They're just going to have to do it. And they're going to have to try to make the right moves and navigate. It's not easy, man. And I don't think after losing Soto, you really have a right answer. It's tough right now. It's tough right now for this team. I almost feel bad for Brian Cashman, but here's a beautiful time for him to show everybody what the worth is for real. We have second baseman Jazz get corner infielders. Why would you not want Jazz at third base? Just a question. Does everybody, why would you not want Jazz at third base with the cannon of an arm he has? I mean, I'm not saying if the Yankees got a good third baseman, would I be upset if they moved him to second? No, not at all. But that man has an absolute cannon on him, and he's quick as fuck at third base. He's extremely quick at third base. Jazz don't hit. Jazz could be a 30-30 guy this year. No, Jazz was an infielder. He went to the outfield, and he was an infielder again. Marcus Allen, he says, good evening, everyone. I despise the Mets. Thank you. Jazz could potentially be a 30-30 guy. He had 11 homers with the Yankees, and how many at-bats? He had 20-some homers this year. He could easily be a 30-30 guy. No doubt about it. Bob Nightingale mentioned possibly trading for Alec Boehm. I don't see that happening. There is rumors that the Phillies are open to dealing him, but I guess we got to see that. I don't know. Give Jazz a full season with us. He'll be good. Yeah, I agree. You watch Yankees trade for Carlos Correa. Carlos Correa would more than likely have to play third base for the Yankees unless Anthony Volpe moved to second, which I don't think the Yankees would even entertain. I don't know how much. What's going on with that Carlos Correa contract? Let me take a look. I hear the rumors about Carlos Correa. He had an awesome fucking year from what I remember. Mike, appreciate you, man. They should wait and pay up for Vlad. I love when people say Vlad's not coming to the Yankees. Yeah, I know. Soto wasn't going to the Mets, right? Stop it. Stop it. Oh, God, I tell you. Vlad hates the Yankees. Yeah, that's already been debunked. But, yeah, well, keep running with the same thing, you know. Keep running with the same thing. The guy literally sat there and was like, yeah, I talked to my dad this year, and I have no problem with the Yankees at all. I mean, everybody acts like this never happened. Because there was something years ago. He was like, yeah, I didn't like what he did with my dad. And, okay, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Carlos Correa, I don't know. It'll be interesting. He had a hell of a year. My God. He had a really good year. Could he continue this? I don't know. That's tough to believe. Carlos Correa has been often injured. We know that. Typically a big game guy. We know that. That's why this offseason right now is so interesting. Because there are not obvious moves right now. They're usually... You can say, oh, well, if we miss out on this, we'll go do this, this, and this. A lot of the guys that's available, we just did this. We just ran through. There was not one runaway person offensively. Everything was like 58, 40-something, 56, 40-something. And that's kind of, you know what that tells you? Nobody is sold here on any free agent offense, on the offensive side. I think a lot of people like Corbin Burnes. I think a lot of people like Max Fried, as it showed. 91% Max Fried, 80-something% for Corbin Burnes. I think that makes all the sense in the world. That makes all the sense in the world. For a lot of people out there that are saying they're not a fan of Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I almost have to ask why. You guys know that last year he was one of the most dynamic players in baseball, right? I'm just saying. You look at Vlad, I mean, come on, man. These numbers speak for themselves. I get it where people could have concerns of Vlad. I understand he's not the most likable player on planet Earth, especially if you're a Yankee fan. I get it. I understand that. But if the fucking Yankees got this guy, they're a whole lot better team. And I'm not, again, don't go around saying Pete Simonetti said they're going to go do this. No. Look, we don't know what the hell the Yankees are going to do. Nobody knows what the Yankees are going to do right now. Nobody knows. But let's be real, folks. Let's be real. This is a really good player. He's not going to cut his hair for the Yanks. Does anybody want to tell him? This is when I don't like sometimes when people talk in here, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Does anybody want to tell him? Does anybody want to tell him? I might need vodka. By the way, I was just going to say what Ramon said. When he cut his hair, so stay with me here, right? Again, conspiracy theory time. When he cut his hair, he did it before he played the Yankees and right when he clarified the statements that he didn't want to play for the Yankees. He said, I sat down with Papa Guerrero And Papa Guerrero says, shut up, kid. Cállate. The Yankees can give you a lot of money. You might want to shut that mouth of yours. And he cut his hair. And again, Nick says, sign Kim, Burnes, Scott, Hoffman, trade for Donovan. It's a different route, Nick. That's a different route. And guys, look at that already. Look at this community. Pat yourselves on the back. We're already at $521 for the kids. But I gotta be real with you guys, man. Look at this. Well, Bill, Bill, I'm gonna spit some game to you, as they say, right? I'm gonna spit some game to you. I wouldn't trade for Vladdy without having a 48-hour window to sign him long term. So if, for an example, Pete Dombrowski. Does everybody, we got a lot of people in here, so I don't know if everybody fully knows me or have been with me on NYYU for a while. Smack that like button, guys. We're closing on 400 likes. Still got 1,000 in here. I don't know if anybody, not everybody knows me, right? There's a thing that I do called Pete Dombrowski. 7 hells. Pete Dombrowski, I would have had us a better team last year. Go back to my trades last offseason. Spencer Jones, put him in the Dylan Cease deal. We would have been better. Okay. Just saying. Pete Dombrowski is on a mission. Okay? If I were the GM of the Yankees, it's this simple. Okay, here we go. Soto, yeah. Yeah, Scott. What's up, Scott? Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, right. What's up? Okay, he's not accepting. Soto's going, he's going to the Mets. Okay, all right, Scott. Yeah, nope, we're not going to go any higher. Tell him to have fun. See you later. Oh, Blue Jays, how you doing? Yeah, Pete Dombrowski calling. Yeah, that's me. That's me, Pete Dombrowski. Big D, they nicknamed me. Hold on.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say.
Hey, yo. Here's what I wanted to talk to you guys about really quickly. Vladdy. Now, before you answer me, you got to take a listen here. Take a listen, relax, put your feet up, calm down. Anything you want, you can have in this deal. I just need 48 hours. Anything you want. Uh-huh. Anything you want. Anything. What about anything I says? Just a 48-hour window to sign him, and you guys can have whoever the fuck you want. I'll send him to Canada myself. I'll box him up and shoot him over there. Who do you want? As long as we strike a deal within 48 hours, you got a deal. No problem. Yeah. Send me the 4 guys you want. Correct. Send them over. All right. Talk to you later. Ha, who's Soto? Who's Juan Soto? We're good. Now, the chances of that happening was just for entertainment purposes, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Danny says, Stroh, Cortez, Jones, and Durbin for Bo and Vladdy. Danny, they would laugh at you so loud, you wouldn't know what the hell it was. They would laugh, all of Canada. Canada will laugh at the same exact time. Canada will laugh at, matter of fact, I'm going to put this in a poll for a second. I'm going to put this as a poll. Why the hell not? Watch this. Trade for Vladdy with a 48-hour window for a deal. Let's see. I want to see what you, I want to test how smart this chat is. Yeah, you bet your ass I said it. I want to test how smart you guys are. Roldy, I love you, brother. I don't think you're too smart when it comes to this deal, my friend. I love you. I don't think it's too smart. You're too smart when it comes to this one, brother. Gotta be honest with you. I love you, though. Don't be mad at me. I love you, Roldy. You know I love you. But I don't know how you don't do this one. I don't know how you wouldn't want to make this deal, folks. I don't know. I'm going to wait to see what you guys say. I'm scared to look. Looks like we do got some smart ones in here. I knew it. I knew you guys are smart. Oh, I like this. Jordan Alvarez and Judge sounds very good to me. That would be bananas. That would be friggin' crazy. But again, what is the chances? What's the chances of... What's a 48-hour window? So, Roldy, what a 48-hour window means is you can make a trade with teams. The other club can then simply say, well, the only way we make this deal if you guys grant us 48 hours to sign him long-term. Meaning that he will never be a free agent. That the Yankees would be able to make this trade. That's why I said I would be willing to trade almost anybody in that type of deal for Vlad. Because the idea of it is, if you don't strike a deal to keep him long-term, you won't make the moves. He'll be a free agent. If you can't come up with a deal, you don't make the trade. The trade's done. But if you can come up with a deal and you re-sign him, you make the trade. And meaning he'll never see free agency. He's a Yankee for 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years, whatever the hell it is. Again, this is a far-fetched from reality of actually happening. But again, this is the offseason. We always have fun in the offseason. 80, where are we at on this one? You guys sat at 83%. I like it. The Players Association might block that. Why? 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 Why would they block that for? A trade? With the 40 that happened, that's happened many times? What are we doing here? Is everybody look? I'm trying to do something for the kids today, and everybody wants to bust my balls for what? Tyler says Jones, Clark, Schmitty, Arias, Hampton for Vladdy. Re-sign Vladdy 48 hours. Jones, that could potentially do it. Possibly. That could possibly do it. Giovanni, I got no fucking idea. I got no clue. I'm waiting with everybody else. Oh, Jason, if the Yankees got Vladdy, that's the second best thing to Soto. There's no doubt about it. Pete, even Tony Montana cared about the kids. That's true. That's true. You could sell cocaine to everybody on planet Earth, but hey, don't you mess with them children. Don't you mess with those kids, all right? I'll take them all out, but don't you mess with those children. David says, Cashman said that Durbin is the odds-on favorite to be the second baseman, so I believe 2 is done. No, don't listen to Brian Cashman. David, I know you're smarter than that because you're a great member here at the U. Don't ever, ever, ever listen to something Brian Cashman says. And again, I don't want to say that I'm knocking Brian Cashman. I dislike Brian Cashman. That's not the case. Brian Cashman has been known for doing this stuff for a long time. He does that a lot. He does. I'm not saying that Caleb Durbin wouldn't be the guy. Hell, I got Caleb Durbin in this lineup right here. Caleb Durbin's in that lineup. I got him right there. I believe it's possible that Caleb Durbin get the start, but Brian Cashman has been known to do this forever. I mean, this is not some uncommon thing from Brian Cashman. He does this. So I've heard Brian Cashman many a times go, this young guy could start at second base. And they make a trade. Peraza and all that. William, I'm sorry, William, but I know it's ugly, man. But unfortunately, this is part of what I have to do. This is part of what I have to do. This is part of my job. But the boss here at NYYU, this is the risk I have to take. I got to show this shit. Jason says, I love your talking Yankees in December. Brother, come on, man. You know I talk Yankees every day. When do I take time off? Yeah, Daniel, I don't blame you. Daniel, I don't blame you, brother. Pour on up. Have a drink from me, too. Oh, we're going to need those drinks, are we? What are we doing for this year? Look, I'll do this. If somebody were to come to me and go, what do you see? What could you really see the Yankees doing? There's two moves. I think Fried or Burnes is possible, and I really do believe the Bellinger deal could actually happen. The reason why I really believe a Bellinger deal could happen, Jack Curry, if you guys remember, on the first Yankee Hot Stove, by the way, Yankee Hot Stove at 8 o'clock, I'll be having it here. I'll play snippets. I can't leave it on, but I will play snippets. Just, Jack Curry talks. I'll play the volume a little bit. But he talked up Bellinger a lot. And remember, I think Brian Cashman came out today and said they really would like to get a good defensive outfielder also. Cody Bellinger fits that, but he's also a really good first baseman. Max Fried, Bellinger, a lot of you guys mentioned maybe Bellinger and Nico Hoerner together. Nico Hoerner puts the ball in play. He's an average guy. He's a guy you wouldn't mind at the top of your rotation. I would like to see maybe Hoerner, Bellinger, Judge. That's a pretty decent start to a Yankees 1-2-3. Nico Hoerner, Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge. That's not too bad. Maybe Austin Wells, Stanton, or that's not too bad, man. That's not bad at all. Hit the like button, guys. Smacky that likey, hit that subby like you never done before in your life. Let me go ahead and pull up. Let's take a look at Nico Hoerner real quick because we haven't done too much looking at Hoerner. Obviously, we did it with Cody Bellinger. But you look at Nico Hoerner and his numbers, I think he's getting like 11 million or so a year. I think it's 11, 12 million. It's a pretty decent deal. Cadzilla says, MLB Network, Mark Feinsand says, 90% Yankees make a big move, and he said he thinks it's Max Fried. Well, I said yesterday when Soto was done, I expect within 48 hours the Yankees will make a pretty decent move, pretty big move. And I think it could be Max Fried. I think that makes a lot of sense. But you look at his numbers right here. Let me just do something for you guys real quick on this, okay? Because a lot of people, I like Baseball Savant a lot. I like this page. The calculator boys have won me over with this one. I enjoy this page, okay? Here's what I'll say about Nico Hoerner. He's a good second baseman. Look at his range, by the way. If anybody didn't see that, this would be a major plus over Gleyber Torres. The guy has amazing range. Amazing range. Phenomenal at second base. And guys, again, we only got 400 likes. We got 1,100 in here. But again, let me stick on Nico Hoerner here. When a lot of people see those blue marks, right, they go, oh shit, Pete, the X slugging is not good. The average exit velo is not good. Barrel percentage is not good. Hard hit is not good. Well, the thing is about a guy like him is he puts the ball in play. He doesn't strike out. As you can see, his strikeout percentage is top 99 percentile. He doesn't strike out. So when a guy is going to put the ball in play more, you're not, when you're a higher average player, typically, unless you're elite, you're not going to see that all red everywhere. He's not going to smack the hell out of the ball every time up. He's just trying to put the ball in play. And again, Hoerner, Belly, Judge would be pretty friggin' nice for the New York Yankees. That is not a bad way to start in the days past Juan Soto and having to look past this. Again, you go ahead and pull up the other guy right here, Cody Bellinger. Of course, he has the lure to the Yankees. His father was a New York Yankee, as probably all of you guys know already. Hoerner, Belly, and Judge, not enough for the playoffs. Well, take it easy, big sexy Yankee. Nobody said that. Nobody said that, brother. I get you. I get where you're coming from. I do. There's more work to be done, but let me tell you something, fam. It's a major improvement. I'll go on that rant here any second, but that's a major improvement. But Cody Bellinger is also a guy who does not strike out. These would be two guys that put the ball in play, and they are huge upgrades. Huge upgrades at defense. for this team. I'll pull this up for you guys. Take a look at this. As Nelson says, Brian Hoke said Boone is stating Chisholm will play third base. Makes sense. Jazz playing third base makes sense, folks. Give him time. He could be a really good third baseman. But let me tell you guys something. Let's go over this again. Anthony Rizzo was the Yankees' first baseman. DJ LeMahieu also. Question for the chat. Is Cody Bellinger an upgrade offensively and defensively? Yes or no? Please give me a yes or a no. William says not offensively? What? Oh, God. I gotta believe a lot of you guys are fucking with me here. Felix Nunez says, can we expect anything from Spencer Jones next year? You better hope. Unless you trade him, you better hope. That strikeout rate needs to go down. Pete sees the one wacky comment. That's my fucking problem, isn't it? That is my problem. I'm an easy guy to admit my mistakes. That's my problem. I always see that one damn annoying ass comment that makes no friggin' sense whatsoever. Yes, folks, he's an upgrade. We know that. He's an upgrade on both sides of the ball. The Yankees got no offense at a first base. And Hungry Kev, stop that narrative. He doesn't strike out. People, please do your research on these guys. Cody Bellinger, when he was an MVP and then he had those down years, he even said it. He reworked his swing. He was going more launch angle. That's when the strikeouts happened. Cody Bellinger revamped his swing to go more balanced line, and he became the guy somewhat closer to where he used to be. He does not strike out a lot anymore. Come on, folks. Come on, folks. That's an old narrative. He doesn't strike out like that anymore. Again, if you need me to prove it to you, Cody Bellinger's 29 years old. Top 85 percentile in strikeouts. He does not strike out. He's not a big strikeout guy. He has a lower launch angle. Hey, yo, Darius!
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear you say,
Hey, yo! Wow!
I'm gonna come.
Hey, yo! Holy shit! And this one is for the kids. This, whoa! Kids, hopefully you're not listening at all. And if you are, cover your ears. Cover your ears, damn it. But I think that's what I would say about the Cub deals. I think it's actually legitimate. I think it could happen. And at 8 o'clock today, which is, holy shit, we are already sitting at 7:30 almost. We've been live for an hour and 30 minutes almost. My God, where did the time go? But with that being said, I think at 8 o'clock, we're going to hear some interesting things from Jack Curry. I really, really want to hear from Jack Curry because he got his pulse on the Yankees. If I had to guess, and somebody were to say, Pete, can you make your predictions of what you think are the first moves they make? David Miser says, Mark Feinsand just announced Max will sign with the Yankees during the winter meetings. Well, I don't think he announced it. I just think he said that's a real possibility, and I agree with him, guys. The minute, hold on one second. Sorry, guys. The minute Soto, if you guys could go back to when the Soto deal was announced, and I said I think within 48 hours, I think Max Fried should be a Yankee. I mean, I don't know how you don't do that, but to me, within 48 hours, the Yankees should lock in a starting pitcher and a big move. And then from there, you can now open up your mind and your idea to trades. You know, I put a tweet out a little earlier, and I was kind of joking, but then again, I kind of wasn't. So it's one of those things right there. But this is Pete Simonetti, and if you guys know me already, you would get this. I would be the most petty owner of all time. I would sign Burnes or Fried and open the farm to a big trade. I don't know who. And I would schedule the whole damn press conference at the same time Soto does it with the Mets. You bet your ass I would, because you know who else would do that shit? George Steinbrenner. He wouldn't have lost them, but George Steinbrenner would have done one of those moves. And let me tell you something, folks, Pete Simonetti would have done the same damn thing. I just say, when's that presser happening? So is ours, baby. Sign us up. Oh, we're the Yankees and we win. You bet your ass it is, Tony, and that's what I would do. I tell you what, you ain't gonna win the city that easily, baby. You're not stepping on my turf without there being an issue. Pete, would you want the Yanks to trade for Correa? Are they gonna take some salary with that deal? I just, look, saying you would like to trade for him or would you like Correa on the team? Sure. What the deal would be, I got no fucking clue. If somebody, hey, you can have Carlos Correa. Sure. He's a good player. That sounds nice. He has an attitude. I like that. What's it going to take? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I have no idea what that type of deal would cost. I have no idea if it's even possible. I don't know if the Yankees would even consider it. But it's interesting, man. The Mets are also talking about Jonathan Loaiziga. Of course they are. Of course. Mendy. I know you love the U, Mendy. I know you love NYYU. Let me ask you something, Mendy. You and Scott over there. You got to get everybody that was once a Yankee. I know they played under you and they liked you a lot. I know that. Maybe you can manage the Yankees. I'll move on. See if we got any updates over here. He said take Booney, Mendy. Damn. Let's see. Isn't this the same thing before? Maybe this is the same thing. I don't know. Here we go. Brian Cashman said that moving Aaron Judge back to right field will create a clear lane for Jason Dominguez to take over in center field. We obviously believe Dominguez has a very high ceiling and he is healthy. Well, I can tell you this, man. That's good to hear. That's good to hear that there's, Jason, the Yankees, or Brian Cashman is just saying that. But there it is right there. Mr. Sinatra himself. Dominguez needs the Volpe treatment. Can I make one even better? Dominguez deserves the Volpe treatment. And it's only fair, man. Let this kid play. And that's it. Let him play baseball. Play Jason Dominguez. Put him out there. If you guys noticed, again, everybody has been seeing this since the end of the offseason. I made this very early. I had Jason Dominguez in center field the whole time. Because I said it only makes sense. Even if they brought Soto back, I still believe Jason Dominguez needs to be in center field. Let him play. Give him the reps. Hey, look, they did it with Anthony Volpe. What did they say? If you guys remember, the original video that came out when Aaron Boone had Anthony Volpe in the clubhouse in Tampa, he said, we want you to continue your development at the major league level. Well, Anthony Volpe hasn't been this dynamic offensive player like the Yankees thought. He's won a Gold Glove. He's been very, very good defensively. And I haven't lowered my expectations. I still believe in Anthony Volpe a lot. I'm on record of saying this. The majority, I really still believe in Anthony Volpe. He could just be a guy that's going to take a little bit longer. Has he been dynamic and over the top good? No, not offensively. No denying that. He's been very good defensively, and he's still got time to improve. He's a very young player. But Jason Dominguez does deserve that. And you're talking about a guy that, I'll be honest with you, I've heard from Los, who talks to many, many people around the minor leagues. I've spoke to some advanced scouts from other clubs, especially in spring training. I have never heard one bad thing about Jason Dominguez. Great guy, handles himself very well. I know that personally. Heard a bad thing at all about Dominguez. Put him on the field, man. Let him play. Let him play. I don't know who the other outfielder would be that the Yankees would get. But having those two guys in the outfield as a start, you got to add somebody else. You got to figure out a way to make this work. A left fielder. Again, we went over the names that's available on the free agent market. Santander, Teoscar Hernandez. Maybe there's a trade out there. I don't know. Luis Arraez is a great ball player, and apparently the Marlins are trying to extend him, but they're not. They apparently can't find too much common ground right now. Pete, I keep hearing Max Fried to the Yankees. I could see it. Johnny, I said that last night. I said it once the deal was done. I said I could see it. I could see that within 48 hours. I could see it within 48 hours. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But guys, again, we are at $549 of a 2,000 goal. Is the sound messing up bad, guys? A lot of people are talking about the sound. Let me see if I can hear it. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. But guys, I hear the sound well. Am I still cutting out? Let me know if I'm still cutting out. Choppy sound. Everybody still saying that's weird. That's interesting. Let me go look at the analytics side here. No, everything looks like it's pretty solid right now. I don't see anything else. I don't know. Still audio for real? Sound is great. All right, cool. So it looks like back. Okay, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you. We got a couple of super chats over here. My guy Daniel Cunningham, my brother. What's up, fam?
Paid the cost to be the boss.
I played that for you, brother. I know you're an MMA guy. You know who I'm talking about. The MLB Network lineup projections are so damn near giving me a drinking problem. Cashman's got to earn that check this offseason. Here's to the kids. No doubt about. And yeah, those lineups are pretty damn scary, man. Irish Rover says, thank you, Pete, Gira, and NYYU for taking care of those children in need during the holidays. Go Yankees. And I always say this. I'll say this right after this. Big Sexy Yankee says, anyone but Santander, please. Hard pass, on base percentage 308. That's what scares me too. Dustin the Diamond, you better believe it. What was it I was going to talk about? I hate when I do this. Oh my God, I hate when I tell you guys, my mind is always all over the place. I just forget shit. Oh, no, that's what it was. I actually learned this. A lot of you guys are... we got Gabagool 13 subs away from 39,700. I know a lot of you guys are fans of Bad Dog Sports, so Bad Dog does the same thing. That's actually where I got the 24-hour stream from, and I got the doing stuff for like Toys for Tots. And today, by the way, guys, we're doing 2 organizations on the donation side, and then we have another organization where you can actually drop off gifts to. You got to see, if you guys look in the chat, there's a pin with a link. It's called Second Chance Toys. You could put in your zip code. You could find areas. You could drop off toys. They give you all the directions there and what you could do to do that. The 2 other organizations, Bad Dog does Toys for Tots. I do Toys for Tots too. And the other one we're doing is Little Lights. I love the name. Little Lights. I think it's awesome. I absolutely love that. I adore that. I think the name is amazing. Little Lights. I had to do it. So 2 different organizations today. And again, Bad Dog, I salute you, my friend, for bringing, doing stuff like this to my attention. And it's the main reason why I got into it and started doing it. And this community has been amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, again, anybody putting fake rumors in there that a deal is done and it's not true, that's an easy way to see yourself out of here. So let's not do that, all right? We're all waiting for the same thing here, guys. But again, Max Fried was actually in this chat today. You guys had Max Fried at a 91% chance. That was the highest, even above Corbin Burnes. That was the highest percentage that we had in here when we did polls on the big free agents that are still available. So that's interesting, man. I like the player. I said it before. I like the player. I got the pitching pulled up right here if you guys want to take a look again. That could be what the pitching could look like for the New York Yankees if they added Max Fried. There's a lot of rotation depth on this team. That's something I think the Yankees can really pull from. And if you want to be positive about anything New York Yankees related, I think you could very well be... Juju, he got that from me. Mark Feinsand's been listening to me. He listened to me since yesterday. Mark, come on, brother. I said the same shit. I said the same damn thing. But you look at this here, you got Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Carlos Rodon, Louis Heel, and Clark Schmidt. If you look at that, look, man, if that's what they do, the one thing you can't deny the Yankees on is that they do have a good rotation. That's true. They do have a really good rotation. And if I had to sell this team to somebody and to the fan base with Soto being gone, which is almost impossible, by the way, I would sell it that way. Yeah, I would sell it via the rotation. Hey, look, you're right. We lost a great player. We lost a great player. No doubt about it. A really, really good player. But we added a big name to our rotation, and we do believe we got one of the top 5 rotations in baseball, if not even higher than that. With that being said, we still plan on adding offense. We still plan on upping our defense. And we do believe that overall we're going to be a very competitive team. That's it. There's really not much else you could say other than that. And that would be a good first step. That would be a good first step. Am I sold on it? No, of course not. There's a lot of stuff that anybody getting hurt, anything could happen. I don't know. But I'm not overly sold on that. Big Sexy Yankee says, why not Cole, Burnes, Rodon, Hill? Whatever, brother. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, man. If the Yankees get Corbin Burnes, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be upset at all. I like Walker Buehler, too. I like Walker Buehler on a 1-year deal. I like him also. Let's go ahead. And guys, again, the voicemail line is open today, so we will get that played. Let's go ahead and play one voicemail today. Here we go.
Hey, Pete.
Yo.
You're not going to like pretty much what I have to say here. I mean, we both know, everyone knows the contract was absolutely horrible. It was going to be a bad deal, even though we are much worse baseball-wise. I really think we're going to be okay. I think you're probably going to see maybe some high school players who are very talented start to skip colleges and go pro so that they can become free agents at age 26. But if you check back the stats of high school players that were successful, it's pretty bad. It really is. But for the ones that will make it, I think you see a trend here that it's talent and an age.
Hard to put value. Value is always odd. How do you put value on a player? Salaries just keep going up. They keep going up. I don't know, man. That's always been a tough one for me. Guys, if the audio's acting up, refresh, because I don't hear a problem on my side. But I just don't know, man. I don't know how you... It's their game. It's their market. I don't know what to say, man. It's their game and their market. These are what these guys are getting paid. You know, should Soto have gone $800 million? No. But there was 2 teams offering him over $750. Does that mean he's worth it? In other words, I guess, considering 2 teams were going there, it wasn't just one club blowing everybody away. I just don't know how to answer certain questions like that. I don't know what worth it means. I don't know what that means when it comes to major league players anymore, because everybody's getting this money. Everybody's, getting all this. I don't know. I don't know necessarily what that. It's a hard question for me to answer. Truly, I don't know how to answer that question in a great way. Again, guys, we are accepting voicemails 804-592-6160. Again, that number is 804-592-6160. Let's keep it going, baby.
Pete, Jura,
Yo.
fam, Uncle Dom here. So we had a night to think about it. We got hoodwinked. We feel betrayed.
Yep.
Pete, we've been singing all year to Soto.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sing to him tonight. Yeah, I'm still pissed. I'm not pissed at him directly. We did all we can. We knew he wanted to be a Met, it looks like, right? At this point. But I got a song for the kids on this great night, Toys for Tots. You remember me. I sat upon your knee. I wrote to you with childhood fantasy.
All right, Dom, don't hurt him
I'm
now.
all grown up now, but still need help somehow. I'm not a child, but my heart still can dream. No more lives torn apart. That wars would never start. Time would heal the heart. Everyone would have a friend, and right would always win, and love would never end. Oh, this is my grown-up Christmas list. Pete, I love what you're doing for the kids, man. You always give. Give.
Thank you, brother.
You're the best, man. And I love you guys.
I'm sorry.
Let's go! Wake up, Cash!
I love you, Uncle Dom. I'm cracking up at Patty Franks, though, bro. Every time Uncle Dom comes on here, Patty Franks has no filter, bro. Every fucking time. Patty Franks immediately, yo, this guy again, I gotta mute this. Every single time. I gotta let this. Some people in this chat are ruthless, I gotta tell you. Let me tell you something about Uncle Dom, though, man. Uncle Dom got a voice on him, man. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear the voice in person, too. It's phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm for real. It's really freaking good, I promise. We have 17 minutes that's yes, that's Yo Joe and Simon. Once he comes on, that's it. Mute. We got 17 minutes to Yankees hot stove start, 16 minutes actually. And like I said, guys, I will have clips of that as we go. But let's keep the voicemails going. Here we go.
Hey, P. Conway.
Yo, what up, brother?
Just still trying to get over Juan Soto going to the Mets, but hey, we got it. As hard as it's going to be, we just got to get over it because nothing's going to change by moping around about it. Yankees
That's
just have
right.
to go out there and get some more good players. Let's go get Bellinger because there's a lot of rumbling around that. I think that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, I can see that.
And let's get another outfielder, and then we just need a left fielder. Get a left fielder, and then have Dominguez in center and Judge in right. We need to have Dominguez. Give Dominguez the Anthony Volpe treatment. Like, just let him play all year long.
Yeah.
And see what happens. If he works out, he works out. If he doesn't, we can move on from him. But we won't know unless we give him that treatment.
Yeah, he deserves it, man.
Because he's supposed to be the next best prospect, but they won't give him a chance. But hopefully they do this year. But, yeah, let's all have a good night, and hopefully Cashman can do something good and get some players for us.
5 chicken nuggets.
Okay, see that silly. But anyways, yeah,
chicken nuggets.
Let's all have a good night and go Yankees.
I could go for some nuggies.
Because right now, oh boy, like we'd be lucky to win 50 games with the lineup we have right now. But yeah, let's all have a good night. Yes, I'm mad, Taylor. But let's all have a good night and go Yankees.
Wow. 50 wins according to Kyle Malay. Wow, we're in trouble. Guys, guess who this was? Quick update. We got someone snoring in the media room at the winter meetings. Anybody want to guess who it is? You guys think of what I'm thinking? Anybody? First person I see on a Brian Cashman. I love this chat. I freaking love this chat. You guys are the best. John Heyman and Brian Cashman are the two answers you get the most of. John Heyman and Brian Cashman. Hasn't John Heyman taken a beating enough, folks? I think the guy's taken enough of a damn beating. Come on now. Come on now. He's taken enough of a damn beating. Yeah, I already read that. Brian Cashman said something along the lines. Yeah, we know. He went above and beyond to try to get Soto. Did it happen? Okay. Let me see. What else do we have here? Nothing there yet. Just seeing if we have any other updates. Let me also get this pulled up so we're ready for this voicemail here. I'll play another voicemail, guys, as we are about to hit Hot Stove. Coming on here momentarily. Don't go anywhere. We got it for you here. Don't worry about it. Let's get to the next voicemail.
Hey, Pete. Sorry. I
Yo.
got cut off. But yeah, that's what I was saying. That first baseman, the Japanese player.
Okay.
You know, I want to know who we can get and how we can get. I would really like for our team to go a lot younger. You know what I mean? That's why I really wanted Soto 26. I mean, hell yeah. 10 years. Oof, that would be awesome.
Okay.
Get some younger cats, you know? But let's see what we can do and who we can get. But I'd rather go younger than spending $200, $300, $400 million on these older guys. To be honest with you, I know they're good. They might be worth it, but I want to get somebody around Judge, Dominguez. Let's get younger. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree.
Maybe we can find a Jeter out there somehow. That'll be fucking amazing. I know, way asking. That's a big reach, right? Find another Jeter. Yeah. But yeah. Love you, NYYU.
Thank you, man.
What up, though, Pete? Love you, boy. Do your
Appreciate you,
thing, homie. I love watching you, man. Love it. I got my whole fam fucking subscribed to you.
That's a
my
smart
mom,
man.
Dukes, my sister, my nieces,
Mom
the whole
Dukes!
fam bam. Do your thing, homie. Love you,
Thank
man.
you, brother. I
See you.
appreciate you, man.
Yankees for life, baby.
You better believe it. You bet your ass it's the Yankees for life, damn it. What did Patty Franks just say? I wanted to react to what Patty Franks just said. Did something happen between Yankee security and Soto's family that upset Juan? Yes. And I believe that. I believe that. Okay? I believe that. David Mizer, really quickly, I'm going to stick to what Patty Franks said. I'm going to stick to that. Out of area question, what do you think Jeter's contract will be now? A shit ton of money. A shit ton of money. I don't know what it would be, but it's a shit ton of money. So, I'm going to come out and say this immediately. Yankee Stadium security sucks ass. Yankee Stadium security sucks ass. It's bad. Bad. Okay? Really bad. So when I heard this, I said, true. It's true. So apparently a family member of Soto, plus I think he's a driver / chef. You know, he had all the whatever, you know, I've had, by the way, when every player gets family sections, when they have certain areas that they can get into and they could get tickets to those games. Anthony Garcia, my brother, appreciate you, man. It says, do you think it was Michael? We might be seeing Michael on March 29th. I'm just saying. But anyway, let me just explain to you guys this. Every player gets the chance to give family members tickets. They get to come to the games. It's the same thing as somebody transferring tickets. You give the email, it gets sent to you, and the players can get you in. Obviously, guys like Juan Soto probably have an area where they get close to, if not right there, like at Legends. They're right there on the field, and they're allowed to do that. So apparently a guard gave his family a lot of shit to try to get to where they are supposed to be sitting. And Juan Soto was furious. And I understand this completely. I also have experience on how easy this works. Now, I didn't have like front rows, but Johan Rojas, shout out to Johan Rojas. He is the center fielder of the Philadelphia Phillies. He got me, Jira, and Francis family seats for his family. We were in Philadelphia. We're close with his agent, and we connected, and they got us tickets. And they're like, Johan wants you. He said, you guys can have the family tickets. You go in and do your thing. So I understand how that works and why that would bother a player so badly if there was an issue there. There shouldn't be an issue. It's very easy. And for this to happen to a family member of Soto, that's wild to me, man. That's friggin' wild. And look, it was a fucking Batman-style move that Steve Cohen somehow, however he found out, probably through Mendy, Steve Cohen brought in, I think it was the traveling secretary and then like the head of security for the Mets or something like that. And he had them at the meeting at his mansion with Soto. And he was like, there'll never be a problem with family. Ever. With the Mets, we, strive for this. This will never be an issue. Now, let me just say this, okay? A lot of people out there are sitting there saying this might be a reason he decided to leave. Can I tell you guys something? I said this in my video earlier today. If the Brewers offered $830 million, whatever it was more than the Mets, I think he would have went to the Brewers. If the Yankees offered him $820, I don't think the security would have been a problem. That's not taking anything away from the New York Mets. I'm just simply saying, I don't think that was the decision maker. Okay? Well, the Mets got good security for family. Nice. Cute. Everybody does. I had an issue. Big deal. We'll fix it. We're going to give you $815 million, though, Juan. Yeah, I think I signed with the Yankees and that bad security. No problem. Stop it, folks. I seen people saying, oh my God, this is the reason he left. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Thank you to my friend Keith. Matter of fact, let me pull this on the screen so maybe we can get Keith on here. Let me see. So here's this. Keith is one of the best Mets follows that you can have on Twitter. Let me pull this up on the screen. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm seeing this right now. Kicking with Keith, fellas. He says this is a solid winter. Now, mind you, Keith is a Mets fan. I love Keith, but he's a Mets fan. So let's take a look at what this is. Dan O'Dowd. Dan O'Dowd says they should sign Christian Walker, trade for Cody Bellinger, trade for Nolan Arenado, and sign Jurickson Profar. I think I would pass on that one. Is there other ones? Is these other ones here? No, this is not other ones here. So, all right. So no, I would probably pass on this. But if you look at here's the lineup he then puts out: Profar, Judge, Bellinger, Stanton, Walker, Jazz, Arenado, Wells, and Volpe. Here's what I'd say to this: Jack Curry's kind of come out already, and he's basically said the Yankees have no interest in Arenado. I don't see that, and I agree. I don't see that happening. David says, even though the Mets have Soto, we have Superman Judge, the best hitter. Mets have Dodgers to go through. What else did he say there? And we have an easier run than they do. I agree with that. Now, let me say this to what Dan O'Dowd said. I could live with three. Now, there's only two signings in this. Ooh, that would be tough. That would be tough because I'm saying if Max Fried was there too, I'll do something a little different. None of these are really good. If you add Max Fried, take out Christian Walker. Give me Cody Bellinger and Jurickson Profar. Fried, Bellinger, Profar. Right there alone, you got your first baseman. You got your additional outfielder. Your outfield is set. Profar in left field. Dominguez in center field, Judge in right. You got Bellinger at first base, and you added Max Fried. I still think you can probably supplement that team with maybe one more move. Can you then trade? Okay, here's one for you guys. Let me give you guys this. Let me give you guys the skinny on this one. What do you think about this? Or Nico Horner. So either in the trade with Bellinger, you would trade a Clark Schmidt, so to say, because you're getting a starter back and you add Nico Horner. So you would have Profar, Fried, Horner, and Bellinger. I tell you what, I don't know this offseason how much better you're going to get than that. Or Donovan over Horner. Or Brendan Donovan in a separate trade if you want to give up more. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. That almost might be one of the best you could find. And I do believe there's possibilities of other trades out there for relievers. But no, Hirsch, I'm right there with you. But the options alone aren't great, man. That's the scary thing, man. That's the scary thing. The options out there just aren't great. And that is the scariest thing about this whole free agency right now is no matter what move you look to make, nothing seems overly sexy. You know, nothing just seems overly sexy right now. There's nothing that, I mean, is there a move that can really knock you off your feet that is actually somewhat possible? I don't know, man. I have a tough time finding that. I don't know. Play the younger guys and reset the luxury tax. Don't be shocked if the Yankees look to do that. I don't think they will because of the Soto situation, but I mean, a Vlad trade, yes, but how possible is that? Vladdy would, I agree, but again, how possible is that? That's the problem. How possible is that? And I think that's why I'm kind of in the situation right now where I am, and I'm sitting here just struggling with where the Yankees could go after Soto. And that's, I think, the other reason why the Soto deal hurt so bad. Because I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And I hope to God they prove me wrong. David says Garrett Crochet would be my big move. He's an oddball, man. He's an oddball. What was that shit that he said? Something along the lines of, I'm not pitching unless they sign me long-term or something like that. I don't know. There was something last year with him, but he's going to cost a lot. I don't know if there's a rumor out there that the White Sox turned down, apparently, Ethan Salas, who was like, I think one of the top catching prospects in baseball for the Padres. I don't know how real that rumor is, but apparently he turned down like two really big prospects from the Padres, so they want a shit ton. I think they're talking about Marcelo Meyer potentially from Boston. Boston's probably shaped up to make that deal better than anybody. But yeah, Matt, I would rather go Fried there just because he's money. Trade for Manny Machado? Again, man. How impossible is that? Yeah, but Cadzilla's not about that. It's about his value. He's extremely young for every level he's at. He's very, very young. So this kid has a chance to be a really good player. Big Sexy Yankee says trade for Alvarez. GM said everybody's available. Come on, brother. Diggy Spinny says Kike Hernandez. Fuck Kike. Sick and tired of that scumbag. I don't like him. Nah, I don't dislike Kike, but we could have had Kike last year and we passed, so why get him now? Why get him now? I don't know. That's the way I feel about that. Yankee hot stove is about to begin. Let me pull it up here. I'm going to put it on mute. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I just want to mute it so then I know we're good to go. All right, perfect. We're good to go. So I got that pulled up on my screen here. We'll cut to that whenever we can, as Yankee Hot Stove is set to begin here momentarily. It's going to be very interesting, in my opinion, to hear what Jack Curry has to say. I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see what he got to say. Let me see something here. Okay, 1 second, guys. I just want to get this thing locked in here. Who is this? All right, so this is Feinsand. This is Mark Feinsand. We didn't get a chance to listen to this. So let's have a listen real quick. Here we go.
New York Yankees.
Well, so let's just clarify. It was $760 million over 16 years. So it's not like they're going to go hand out $760 million worth of contracts for the next 4, 5, 6 years.
Thank you.
That said, there's a lot of money to spend there, and they're going to spend it. You have to figure there are holes on this roster that Brian Cashman has to deal with. First base is one of them. Second base or third base is another one. Alex Bregman, maybe. Possibility at third base. Move Jazz Chisholm over to second. Left field. Another possibility, maybe Cody Bellinger, a trade to bring him in, move Aaron Judge back to right field. Jason Dominguez, one of their top prospects, takes over in center. There's a little bit of flexibility in terms of Chisholm can play a couple positions. Judge can move back to right. Max Fried is a name I would watch. The Yankees are definitely looking to add to the starting pitching rotation. I think Fried is a guy they have interest in and could be on their radar. And the bullpen's got to be addressed as well. Tanner Scott, the top closer on the market, I think that's another guy the Yankees could certainly be looking at. So I think when you look at all of these names, I don't think it's going to be a situation where it's one guy. I think the Yankees could go out and sign 2, 3, then make a trade maybe. There are going to be some new names on this roster that they have to address that they were probably going to have to address even if Juan Soto had taken their deal.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically, that's the stuff we've basically already known when it comes to that. So we've kind of known that already. It is what it is. But here's Jack Curry. Let's take a quick listen.
Sweepstakes, and you look at where the Yankees were. There were rumors, there were speculations. The Yankees were all in on Juan Soto. They wanted him very badly. They ended up offering $760 million, which is $400 million more than they signed Aaron Judge for. And talking to Yankee people in recent days, they continually looked for that sign that Soto wanted to be a Yankee, that Soto wanted to go beyond that 1 year in the Bronx. They never did end up getting that sign. He ends up going to the Mets, but Meredith, I think the Yankees did all they could to try and keep him. He chose the team that made a superior offer.
Look, the Yankees knew what they were getting into.
All right, so as of right there, we know what that is, right? It's now time to talk about. They're going to talk about that for a second. I'm pretty sure right after this, they'll say, you know, what is the pivot move right now for the Yankees? What do they do? Crystal, no, he didn't take $5 million. He didn't take $5 million more. He took a lot more than $5 million. It wasn't $5 million more. It was way more than that. But we all know it's a big loss for the Yanks. Now to me, the only thing I care about right now is what do they do next? And we are officially 299 subs away from 40,000 subscribers. So, ladies and gentlemen, smacky that likey, hitty that sub like you've never done before in your life, baby.
Tommy likey. Tommy want wingy.
You better believe it. Rumor on Twitter that Rizzo is closing in on a deal with the Pirates. We got Gabagool. I have not heard that, but let's take a listen again. Here we go.
He's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. He's got Scott Boras as his agent.
Yeah,
we throw
know.
all that into the mix, and the number kept going higher and higher. About an hour before John Heyman of the New York Post broke the news last night, I was talking to a Yankee decision maker, and they felt that the message that they were getting is that they weren't going to end up getting Soto. That it was tilting in the Mets
make
direction.
A massive move here at the winter meetings. I'm saying 90%.
What the hell is this?
I would go with your pie chart.
Why the hell did that play for? My bad, guys.
Teams that remained and said, we want your best and final, and then we are going to make the decision thereafter. Brian Cashman made that offer at about 9 a.m. yesterday, and then they just sat and waited and wondered what exactly he was going to choose. Obviously, now we know his fate. He is going to be in Queens, and I am very much looking forward to seeing what happens when the Mets are in the Bronx this upcoming season.
What's going to happen? They're going to play baseball. It's not the first time this ever happened. They're going to play ball. That's what they do. They play baseball. That's it. What are you going to do? I don't know about that. Pete, money and family is different, I think. It's not like he's poor. I have no idea, Steve, what the hell you're talking about. Can you clarify that for me? I don't understand what that means. Maybe I'm nuts. I don't understand what you mean by that. Yeah, just clarify that for me if you don't mind, because I don't get the family thing and chose family or money. Are you saying that he chose the money? Because yeah, he definitely chose the money. We know that. Soto is not a good okay. He's the only reason they went to the World Series, but that's defense. Aaron Judge is the one who dropped the ball in center field, by the way. I'm just saying, I don't want to shit on nobody. His defense wasn't a problem in the postseason. Yankees get Bellinger, Burnes, Fried, and Alonso. All-star. That ain't happening, brother. Apparently, Aaron Boone is going to be talking, if everybody's happy about that. And all that nonsense. CWE, you don't care what he does, but you keep talking about his defense. So if you didn't care anymore, his defense is, just to give you a heads up, his defense is now with the Mets. You should be happy. You should be very happy about that. His defense is now with the Mets. You shouldn't be upset no more. You should be very excited about that. Guys, we're going to hear from Booney. Everybody should be happy. Hold on a second.
Under my umbrella, hey.
There it is. Yeah. Oh, that's my guy. Good old Booney. Let's see what Curry's saying now.
Like Fried, because he is someone who can get ground balls. You have a lefty at Yankee Stadium. That's something that they definitely like. And then there are the pitching options. Crochet, of course, in the mix as well. But they're also going to have to fill some other gaps on their team. And I look at free agents like Santander, Teoscar Hernandez, Christian Walker are other players that the Yankees have definitely had their eye on. Meredith, I see Bregman on that list as well. That's somebody that the Yankees haven't been
Cody
as keen
Bellinger
on,
again.
But I would say keep an eye on Cody Bellinger, who could be acquired potentially via trade.
You mentioned Bregman, and I don't know that I
Multiple
see that happening.
times.
Not on that. Pete Alonso, I don't know that that happens either. They want to upgrade defensively, so I don't know that that falls into that category. They can always use a left-handed bat, something that would balance out that lineup. But you mentioned Bellinger, and that's an interesting one for me. The Cubs have been very vocal about the fact that they most likely want to trade him this offseason. He's going to make $27.5 in 2025.
They're talking Bellinger
and he
a
has
lot.
a player option for $25 in 2026. He would fit there. You think he could play in that environment based on where he's played so far. That could be a good fix for the Yankees.
And guys, one thing we should point out that once the Soto domino fell, I think Yankees fans and fans around baseball thought all the other guys are going to start coming off the board. Not the case, because agents want to match.
Yeah, I mean, I figured what we would probably get today is more the same. The issue right now with this offseason, and no, he mentioned Max Fried quickly as one of the main targets that the Yankees could get. The problem, and again, this is why I had the concern of Soto being plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because there's just not a really good path that you can take off on this offseason, unlike years before where if you miss somebody, you truly know what a pivot would be. You don't really know the pivot here. We can sit here and say Max Fried's the pivot, and I do believe Max Fried should be the pivot, but it's still very tough to kind of dictate it and put it in your own mind of what the team could look like. That, to me, is the problem. There's just not sexy names out there. There's just not, again, when they mentioned Santander and they mentioned Christian Walker, these are supplementive names. These are names I want to supplement with Soto and Judge. With Soto not there, you look around and go, do I want to put the money in these guys? I don't know. That's a difficult decision to make, and I'm happy I'm not the one making it. But that's a difficult decision to make, and that's where I see the problem. I feel like the trade market is better. I think it's better. And Pete, I disagree. I never said nothing to disagree about. Sean, I never said nothing at all to disagree about. Give me a second. Let me finish what I'm saying here. It just doesn't feel like that offseason. Like I said before, the trade market is probably the better place to go. And there you go. And Hirsch, bingo, bongo, bango. You need to get creative in a trade, and that's not Cashman's strong suit. Exactly. Now, we just went over something. If the Yankees were to do, and Ludi, my brother, I got you, fam. If the Yankees were to do Fried, Bellinger, Nico Horner, and maybe a Jurickson Profar, if somehow that's the type of moves they did, yeah, I'd be able to sit back and go, you know what? And they also maybe got rid of Marcus Stroman and that salary and things like that. I'd sit around and go, fairly interesting. But Ludi, I'm going to hold your super chat. Brian Cashman is on. Matter of fact, they're going to talk about Soto. Ludi says, I know Soto is on some Dominican villain timing, but I wonder how much of his decision has to do with the red flags we've known for years firsthand, the delusion we show at times. Judge shrinking when finally having a shot at a ring in front of him in his track record. Only Juan Soto knows, bro. And I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That's a major help to today's donations. Thank you, man. Let's listen to Brian Cashman real quick.
Where you started feeling like something might go north of us, not by salary, but by decision, somewhere, whether it's Boston, Toronto, potentially, and then the signing winds, the atmosphere all of a sudden started blowing as of yesterday, east of us. And ultimately his decision was made. So,
Brian, this is a negotiation that stretched several weeks. As you said, the Yankees put their own historic number in terms of an offer out there. I know you're still absorbing it and the organization is still absorbing it. How often have you done any Monday morning quarterbacking? Perhaps if this was done differently or that was done differently, the outcome could have been different.
Actually, none. I mean, I don't think we could have done anything differently.
First and foremost,
we acquired him from San Diego, and right out of the outset, I stated, acknowledged that we recognize as a one-year situation. Typically, Boris's players this close to free agency get the free agency.
True.
We did take a shot. Hal Steinbrenner had a conversation with Juan in season to see if he would be open to an extension. He said he wanted to wait till the winter.
Told you.
He obviously performed his way and earned his way every step of the way to get the free agency to kind of test the market and see where that would go. I think this past year, he helped us get to a World Series, was a big performer for us, acclimated himself great with the teammates. I think saw what a franchise that we had. I got no regrets with the players we surrounded him with, the manager he's playing for. I think he enjoyed all of it. I think he loved being here, to be quite honest.
I heard the same thing.
And in the end of the day, we competed and went above and beyond I would have ever expected us to get to try to give him the choice to stay. But ultimately, he made a decision to go.
All right, we know that. We'll get right back to that. Tyler Talbot, my guy, says Profar, Bellinger, Horner, Fried, and Scott. That'll be phenomenal, man. That'll be phenomenal. That would be absolutely phenomenal. I don't feel optimistic at all, Ludi. It's hard to, brother. Trust me. I want to. A lot of times I feel like I do this so much. I feel like I kind of know what moves the Yankees could make. But I was told about that. I told you guys about that Hal Steinbrenner did have a meeting with Soto, and I believe at that time they offered about $585 is what they were looking at. And I remember being told this directly. Matter of fact, Francis was with me. We were told this directly, and he got up and said, speak to Scott, and he bounced. And it was kind of like, I know you guys are trying to take a shot here, but we're not interested. Talk to Scott. I have no interest. And yeah, that definitely happened. I talked about that during the year.
You just get direction and some hints along the way, from Scott Boras guiding you. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry, my phone is ringing. I'll try to send that to voicemail to the best I can.
No, pick it up.
Well, if it's a deal,
pick it up, Brian.
You can pick it up on the set.
Pick it up. That could be a deal.
So, but anyway.
Oh, no. Oh, no. He could have just had Yandy Diaz.
But ultimately, I can't even remember where we finished off. We did the best we could on it and get no second guessing. I tell you what.
I want
the
Yandy.
Steinbrenner family, what they did and how they went about it all the way to the end. There's nothing. They left it all on the table, and then ultimately the player has to make a decision.
All right, come on, man. Soto's gone, brother. Soto's gone, brother. Nobody loves him more than Pete Simonetti does, but he's gone. I want to hear about the other guys. I want to hear about the other guys as we are 199 away from 1,000, halfway to our goal. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to keep hearing about Soto, so I'm waiting. Adam says, wild thought, Yordan Alvarez. Ain't happening, fam. All right, let's see what they're talking about now.
You scratch that off. What's the immediate reaction? Are you working on something else? Is it, guys, let's sleep on this and digest it? What happens in that room?
Well, we stayed late up, but which would be typical. We stay late into the evening in our war room here in the winter meetings, and we're constantly, we've had enough dialogue prepping for this. If it goes our way, this is what we can do. If it doesn't go our way, these are action items, to continue to pursue and dialogue. And so now that we know, those engagements started immediately, and I had meetings with agents, early this morning, and trade conversations back and forth with clubs. We are ready to rock and roll. I mean, the one thing that that we are always challenged to do is put together a team that you believe can be a potential World Series contender, and our intention is defend that American League title and get back into the World Series and find a way to win it. And so we're just gonna have to find it with a different path.
Okay. Same shit there. Christopher Frazier says, sup, Pete, do you think the Yanks make a trade for Kyle Tucker? He addresses the lefty issue, and his on-base percentage is pretty damn good. Nah, man, I don't see that happening.
Action so closely. You just talked about getting back to the World Series. What is your message to those fans about being able to execute that?
I mean, I just think our history has been, every year it's different. Every time, the roster is different. You're dealing with different opportunities that are in front of you via trade or free agency or promotions from within. And so, we're hard at the 25 roster version. We had a lot of good young players take step forwards for us last year. Austin Wells and Volpe and players we imported like Weaver established themselves. We acquired, Chaz Chisholm at the deadline. I think obviously having a full year with that is going to benefit us, and if we can just keep our rotation healthy like it was last year for the most part, and obviously Aaron Judge being Aaron Judge with Stanton, and that's a really nice nucleus, and I'm sure I'm missing some people in there, but we just have to add to it because we do have vacancies. Obviously first base, second base, potentially if not third, if Jazz can go either way, second or third, depending on what we do, promote from within or import from outside. Obviously Jason Dominguez is healthy. There's a lane now for him in center, and Judge going to right. So
because it wasn't last year with Verdugo.
All to be determined. Bullpen spots, are some areas of up for grabs. So we're trying to make our connections and see what we can do and find a way to, again, get back to where we need to belong.
Brian, you mentioned some of those vacancies. In your mind right now, do you have a priority of what you need to fill first?
No, I think ultimately, listen, I got a great staff that works extremely hard, that helps guide us. We're staying connected. We're not pressure pointing into we need to do this first. It's let's just get good players. The bottom line is it's a player's game. We need to collect as many of the quality, talented players that we can, and then the team will get formed from there, and we'll adjust. So,
Jocko!
It's just finding the connections, finding those matches that you can either live with. Free agency, it's tougher to live with because that's where the players really dominate, and good for them. And then the trade swaps. So. Either way, we're ready to rock. We're ready to roll, and we need to do some business, and we intend to do some business. But, at the same time, we've got to be smart about it, too. I'm sure our competitors, whether they're agents or clubs, are like, all right, we're going to test these guys right now. They're up against it. They just, lost Juan Soto to the Mets. Let's see if they're going to dial up, and we can take advantage.
Sounds so bad,
we're going to make
man.
sure that we go about this the proper way. We need to have a good team on a yearly basis, and I think
that just sounds so bad, man. Like hearing him say that and just hearing again that we lost Soto to the Mets of all teams. That shit still sucks. Ludi says, appreciate you, brother. At this point, Brian's supposed to downplay, needs to not overpay. We have no leverage at all after Soto left. We'll be back at the dance, though. Nah, yeah, he's right about that this is a position right now where teams are going to be like, maybe they're down. We can make some moves. It's a tough spot to be in, man. It's a tough spot to be in right now for the Yankees. There's no denying that.
Players on a championship, defending American League club. And so now, the next iteration is Ben Rice, who's mashed at the minor leagues. Is he, got a little bit of a taste and some growing pains at the big league level. Is he someone that you're ready to go through some growing pains at first base or not? Caleb Durbin, has just been a tremendous player for us in the minor leagues, someone that can impact us potentially as an everyday player, or as a role player coming off the bench. He's got speed, he can play defense, multiple positions, so he's someone I know Boone salivates over having as an option. And so those are two right out of the gate initial guys. Louis Hill, obviously, is another guy I can throw into the young group of players that we've developed and have impacted us in a positive way. So we'll see where it takes us.
David says, trust the process, Pete. Maybe we will wait till everyone's gone. Then he comes back and says, we did what we could.
To have some imports that we can obviously hopefully do and feel good about.
I know your roster is incomplete, but last year led the major leagues in home runs, third in the major leagues in runs scored. That got you to the World Series. Where do you turn to get similar type of offense in 2025?
We'll have to wait and see. This game's about offensive production and offensive prevention. And so, I'd say clearly last year we were an offensive juggernaut and maybe less of a defensive juggernaut. So does that script flip a little bit and you're better defensively in certain areas, and maybe you're obviously lesser because you don't have the impact of Soto, but you can do it a different way, with better pitching, better defense. So we'll see how we can skin this cat. But of course, it's going to be a challenge to find different ways. But we underperformed at first base. We underperformed generally, I think, at second base last year on a season.
What does he sound like?
Generally for the season at third base. We have a chance now with Jazz into play, with the opportunity to either turn to some young kids or import guys outside the franchise currently that exist in free agency or trades to make those positions more net positives than they had been this past year. So that'll offset maybe some of the loss if we make the right run into the right ones. But we'll see. We have to wait and see how it plays out.
Well, there you have it, folks. I mean, that is probably the best we're getting out of Yankee Hot Stove today. I'll be honest. I thought maybe a little more. I would say Max Fried, if you're talking about two players right now that could certainly be in play for the Yankees. After hearing Cashman, I think Gia is right what she said right there. This might be a really long year. And it might be. I know he's obviously not going to come out and say, this is the move we're making. We're doing this, and this. But yeah, this could be a really, 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 really long year. David says Cole was pissed his last game. 7 innings, and yet he gave up 5 runs in the 5th due to errors. Pathetic and embarrassing. And one of the guys who didn't make those errors is that horrible, terrible, bad defender, Juan Soto. He's so terrible. He's so bad. I'm happy we got rid of him. He's such a bad damn defender, man. He's horrible. Horrible. He got the call at the start of the show. Who knows what that call was? But I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. I have no real intention of even listening anymore from there, but we'll keep the voicemails going and we'll keep going here.
Yo, Pete.
Yo!
I got some Juan Soto jerseys I'd like to donate to the kids because I don't need them anymore. But on another note, bring me Kyle Tucker and Vlad Guerrero. And Max Fried. And Tanner Scott. And hell, throw in Corbin Burnes.
Yeah,
let's set the world on fire, Pete.
Why not?
Guess we're going to be drinking.
Get them all.
Brian Cashman isn't going to do shit again. So I'm going to have a very big alcohol bill. Hopefully see you guys in March.
Appreciate you, Connor. That's my guy, Connor O'Neill, by the way. Connor, just to shout Connor out, Connor made sure he was able to get a donation in today. I don't know, some people said they've been having problems with the super chat, so hopefully that's not a problem. But Connor, thank you, brother. Ra, thank you for sending some stuff another way, so I appreciate you guys. But Connor, if you want to send me one of those Soto jerseys, I'll take it, because who the hell knows? Maybe Jason Dominguez is going to be number 22 next year. I don't know. Just saying. Who knows?
Damn, that's a bomb. Give him a golden record for that song. Damn, he got skill. Anyway, Pete, I think the Yankees should do is get Walker Buehler, Max Fried, also Donovan from the Cardinals, and maybe an outfielder, and let Dominguez play, man. And the Yankees need to do that. But anyway, shout out to everybody.
Calling Bravo. We know Bravo.
And thank you.
Bravo,
Pete,
come in.
And everybody else. Francis, Kevin, all the crew, NYY crew, up to the moon, baby. All right.
Thank you,
Yankees
man.
all the way.
I'll be honest with you, fam. I think I might have heard Max Fried, and I think I heard Donovan, maybe? Was it Donovan? Was Donovan one of them? Oh, we got Gabagool. I think Donovan might have been one of them. I didn't really get much from the other one. Let's play another one here.
Hey, it's Gary.
What's up, Gary?
Yankees are in very bad shape. Like you said, these free agents are nothing to sneeze at. I just don't trust Cashman. And I think you're going to see for the next 3 or 4 years, it's going to get really bad for the Yankees. I don't see a way out of this. Their farm system is not that good, and they don't know how to develop players and bring them up properly. And you just can't keep signing players. I just don't see a good outcome. I think you're going to see a lot of years where you may start seeing some losing seasons. So I hope not, but also, too, you may not agree, or it's a Mets town now. Hal gave it up, and he's not going to get it back.
No. Come on, Gary. It's not a Mets town yet. Come on, Gary. Gary, the New York Mets haven't won dick since 1986. It's not a Mets town. I've heard many people say that. You could say it's a stain on the Steinbrenner legacy. That's fine if you want to say that. It's not a Mets town. It's not a Mets town yet. Let the Mets win something. Replay Up says you could send Soto's jersey to Africa along with the Yankees 2024 World Series merch. Yeah, I still got some of that stuff. But Gary, come on, Gary. This is not a Mets town. I don't want to hear that nonsense, please. You know what? I'll tell you this. Let the Mets go ahead and win something. I think if Mets fans are going to sit there and go, well, now it's a Mets town. You have not won dick. I'd respect you more if you went out there with Soto and you guys won a World Series and you go, now it's a Mets town. Fine. If you want to do that, I'll sit there and go, you got a chip. You got Soto. It's a little more hard to argue that one, buddy. It's a little more hard to argue that. But you guys haven't won jack shit. Just saying. You can talk about the Yankees all they want. That's fine. But that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yo, I'm back.
Oh,
Yo,
shit. Glaber is this guy.
Remember when we said no to Vias to Juan Soto?
I remember.
He looked at us, smiled.
He did.
That son of a bitch betrayed us. I was like, no te Vias. I was jingling. I was moving the hip saying it. I'm a fucking white guy. And I'm over there fucking saying no te Vias. I would have did anything to keep Soto. The guy is a Dominican legend.
The fuck is this guy calling from?
I made Kev look less Dominican when I said no te Vias. No te Vias. We just gotta move on. I don't know who to sign, but we just gotta move on.
Calling from the construction zone. Oh, man. It's tough, man. It's tough, man. I feel you guys. I feel you guys, man. Santana got to be a one-year deal? Yeah, he would be a one-year deal. Calling from Trevor's Trailer in GTA. That's a union site. Sounds like it. Sounds like me yesterday with the thing over here that was fucking going nuts. That was wild. That was wild. Let me take a look here. Hold on. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Let me close this out real quick. Santana stopgap, then Vladdy signing. I'd be okay with that, man. I said that before. I'd be more than okay with that. I'd be more than okay with that. Mach, we already played your voicemail, man. We already played your voicemail. What did we? I don't see your voicemail on here, Mach. I feel like I played it already. Did I skip it? Did I miss it? I don't think I missed it, Mach. Did we play Macho's voicemail? Anybody remember? If not, Mach, you're going to hate me because I must have got rid of it. I didn't think I did. I thought it was one of the first ones I played, actually. I don't know if anybody been here the whole time, but I feel like it was one of the first ones I played. I don't know. Kyle says, oh, he says no. Everybody else saying no, I didn't play it. I remember hearing it. I don't remember. I don't know. We got people all over the place here on it, but who the hell knows? I didn't hear Mach. So Mach, if you want to leave another one, man, my bad. I thought I played it. But Hayden is also saying no. Seems like a lot of people are saying no. So if you want to drop another one, Mach, I apologize, man. My bad. I will definitely get it played. But right now, man, it's more the same. I just really, really do hope the Yankees do something during the winter meetings, man. If it gets past these winter meetings and you get into the mid to end of March, of December, God, man, I would honestly start getting really nervous. I would start getting really, really nervous, man. I would get really friggin' nervous. Got a couple of super chats here. My guy, David. He says, sign both Burnes and Fried. Wait till next year for offensive. Go defense this year. Thoughts? You got to get something on the offensive side of the ball. Rah-rah. Good evening to you and everyone in the chat. Fuck Soto. Rah-rah, don't give a poot. He said, the hell with him. The hell with him. Pete, this could be 2023 all over again. I did see Dan O'Dowd's. Yeah, Jacob, we put it on the screen and we took a look at it. I would do some changing on that, but I don't know, man. That's tough. That is absolutely tough.
Hey, Pete. What a kind of a crappy day to be a Yankee fan, but
yeah.
You know, as they say, right? One door closes and another opens, and obviously they had an opportunity at Soto. Listen, I agree with Cash. I really think they did everything right. They traded for the guy. They, showered with love all year from the fans.
Yep.
And you would think, going to the World Series, and in hindsight, probably putting Judge behind him and playing in Yankee Stadium, almost enhanced his numbers a bit, and maybe played right into his own hand a little bit. But other opportunities are now going to open up, and listen, obviously, we all wanted Soto, and I'm not saying we can replace the guy, but if you do make the right moves, there are advantages. Let's just say to maybe not signing him and spreading the money out, right? Listen, you give money like that to one guy, there's always a risk, right?
Yeah.
Do you put your chance in Soto? 100% of the time you do, but he chose to leave, so it's not on us at this point. And who knows, maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise. And, if you do make being what you've said in the past about, some of those positions really underperforming, I could see a scenario where maybe you get a couple of guys in those spots, that maybe, perform or even overperform a little bit, but also play pretty good defense. And, you might have an overall, better team. So, we got to give the guy a chance, I believe. I think this is hard on everybody, fans, the organization, but, let's see what happens. Have a good night.
Appreciate you, man. Great voicemail. And yeah, it's hard to disagree with a lot of that, but this team is a much better team with Juan Soto. And I know nobody really wants to hear that because it's over. It's a big loss for the Yankees. And that's just the point I was trying to get across last night is, don't sell this off as, oh, well, let's move on. You're talking about a duo. We may never, it sucks that we don't get, it sucks for baseball, in my opinion, we don't get to see Soto Judge for years to come because they were so damn good together, but maybe he'll get another pair that he's pretty decent with. Genie NYC says, what do you think it would take to trade for Tucker, whether now or at the deadline? And what do you think his next contract looks like as a free agent? 11,360 could be something like that. Again, I don't know. So I hate giving guesses on that because I really don't know. When it comes to what it would take, it's going to take a lot. You're looking at your top prospects, even though it's 1 year left. There's no reason for the Astros to have to move him, so they're probably going to want to get whatever they know they can or whatever they want from a team is what they would get. So it's probably starting with one of your good young starters and one of your good young players and probably 3 or 4 pieces to even get Tucker to move. And would the Astros even want to move him to the Yankees? I don't know. That's always going to be tough. Let's keep it going.
Yo, Pete.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, brother? This is Robert from Cali.
What up, fam?
Man, heartbreaking yesterday. I know how you felt. I felt the same way. But you know what? It's not easy to say it's time to move on, but it actually is.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about this, Pete?
All right, let's hear it.
I'm with you in Carlos Santana 1-year deal. Put him at first base.
Okay.
Either Donovan at second
via trade,
for maybe Smith or Nestor. Maybe a trade for Bellinger to put him in center. Move Judge back to right field, and Dominguez left, and then we have Nico playing second.
Where's Donovan
Offload Stroman in that trade, and then next year go out and push for Vladdy. How do you think that sounds, Pete? I know it's still, again, we're going to keep saying it's not Soto. I know it's not. But what can we do? We have to do what we need to do. And that bullcrap Cashman was on talking about. I'm with you, Pete, and I'm with the NYY chat. We need you in there as our GM. But anyways, Pete, I know how you feel, buddy. Have a good one. Have a good holidays coming up, Christmas coming up soon.
Thank you, man.
And hopefully we land freed.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Thank you, man. The only problem with what you said is that you added too many players. You had no place to put Brendan Donovan, so you went a little far with that, but I'll kind of break it down a little more for you. You said Santana at first base. I really wouldn't mind too much. I know everybody here I want better. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I wouldn't mind that. Bellinger in the outfield, I wouldn't mind that move. Donovan at second base, I would love Donovan or Nico Horner, one of the two. If the Yankees did something like that along with getting Max Fried, it's not terrible, man. That's not terrible. Again, guys, nothing. I could just tell you guys right now, we're going to be able, whether we like it or not, and I'm just going to use this word because I don't think it's what we do, but we're going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to bitch about any of this. When you lose a player like Soto and there's not other big names out there, folks, you're gonna bitch. You're gonna have every opportunity to bitch about something. And I don't mean it in a bad, I just mean, you're gonna be able to be negative about something or to be upset about something. That's just obvious because it's never gonna be as good as what we got to see. That's the thing. We got to see it. We witnessed it. We lived it. The biggest moment of the year. You can make an argument. The biggest moment of the year on the positive side was the Soto Gaddis at bat. Come on. Am I right or wrong here? Anonymous says, one player doesn't mean a title. Ask Mike Trout. The AL is still wide open. Build a win team and you have your goal. Be Soto watching the Yanks World Series parade from the curb. It don't mean a thing if you can't win that ring. It'll make it tougher, but there's always a chance. You never know. But, I think that's fair to say, right, is that if you look at this year and you go, man, what was my favorite moment? I know for a fact my number one moment was the Soto home run. Soto home run off Gaddis. That whole at-bat to me, man. He hits that homer, and you're looking around. The minute that ball lands in right center field, and you go, the fucking Yankees are in the World Series. I can't believe it. The Yankees are in the World Series. there's more than likely, just to warn everybody, more than likely you're going to complain about something. That's all there is to it. Stone Cold Nutsack, let's go!
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Pete, I'll keep it short. Bleep Cashman Soto, the child hustler owner across the borough. Bleep Soto more than anything. I hope and pray he gets a heater right on the Johnson when he comes back. Poetic Justice, love you, Pete, and NYYU, and we love you, brother. We love you, brother. He wants him to get one in the Johnson. Hey, yo! Crackle Nut says Vlad and Tucker will be better than Juan Soto. Well, yeah, I mean, shit, if that could happen, yeah. I mean, what's the possibilities of that happening now? That's all I'm saying. I mean, what's the possibility of that happening now, man? It's going to look tough right now. It's going to look really tough, and I just don't look. Maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe the Yankees perform a miracle here, and we go, holy shit, how did they do that? Maybe they do. Who knows? Maybe they surprise all of us. Who knows? Let's keep it going, man.
Hey, Pete, Macho King in the house. How you doing? To the underground.
Yeah.
Juan Soto is a mutt. No freak out, no confetti, no nothing from nobody. Situations develop, man, and Aaron Judge, who won the MVP, switched to center field for that bum. And Garrett Cole even left money on the table. Those guys are Yankees through and deserve our respect. Even Jeter didn't move up a short for A-Rod back in the day. So that's really saying something about the character of Judge. And an honor to have him as our captain, because that's what captains do. Dig it! So you can take all the money and go pay a mercenary for the Mud Soto. The New York Yankees will be just fine, yeah. It hurts. And then we ruin a good thing, but we still have an attitude and the guts to persevere and become world champions again. Because you put us against the wall, man. And another fan base would sink to their knees and grumble like a Yankee asshole in the Sierra Desert. But we're going to stand up tall, yeah. Because last night, I stared at a candle for 2 hours and got my head together, yeah. Real together, and realized that we're going to have to make it without Soto now. Because there's no other reason than Cohen's money. And the rest is all bullshit. And now, Soto, I turn my back on you. Damn. Forever! Because I'm the Macho King of the NYY Yankees Underground, yeah. And you're nothing but a New York mutt. Oh, yeah! March out!
Wow. Yeah, that one hit right there, man. Mach gave it to him. Mach gave it to him. Nick, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Mach gave it to him. Guys, we are more than 50% towards our goal. I appreciate you guys. You're awesome, baby. You're awesome. But Mach, this one's for you, man. This is Mach talking to Soto. He turned his back to him. Well,
I hate your guts. I hate your guts. I hate your guts. I hate your guts.
Tell you what.
It's been a minute, but what's good, PD?
Get boogie!
Gabagoo!
Oh,
it's your boy, Kev Boogie calling.
What's up, fam?
And man, I'm just glad that shit is over with. Personally, I really didn't even want to give the guy that much money. I feel like it was really getting to a range where it was just getting ridiculous.
Crazy, yeah.
But I just feel like the Yankees can allocate the funds in a way better manner. I love the idea of Freed. I love the idea of Bellinger and Hoerner together. $38.5 million between the two of them. I think that that's really good, and they would definitely help us in many ways on both sides of the ball, as far as production goes, especially defensively. But I see the offensive side too, and I love Profar. There's a lot of different moves that they can make. They could go Diaz, Donovan. They could do a lot. So I'm interested to see what Cashman does. The ball is in his court now, and he has to come through at the end of the day because it's not over. The Yankees still got to play baseball.
And, you know, it is what it is. The guy's gone. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm tired of hearing his name. At the end of the day, he did what he did. He left. It's over with. The Yankees have to pivot, and they have to do it quickly. They could do a lot. They could have an overall deeper team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. So I'll be tuned in, and let's get it. NYYU to the moon. We still here. I'll be there on 329 for sure. Let's get it. Yankees for life, baby.
Appreciate you, brother, man. That I appreciate a lot. Guys, trust me, that's a tough one right there. We got an event coming up, opening day weekend. Some of you may know, some of you don't know, but March, that was not planned, folks. That was not planned. But hey, there he is. That is the captain of the Yankees. I don't know how that shit just happened like that, but it did. That is the captain of the New York Yankees, folks. Those are nice little graphics Pete Simonetti's making. I'll get back to what I was saying. Jaro said, charity, check. And let's go Yankees. We got to believe we have some talent. We need to get some pieces and trust the Yankees way. Don't stop believing. Let's go. No doubt about it. Stone Cold Nutsack said Zach Neto for second base. They ain't letting that guy go. They ain't letting that guy go. I can tell you right now. They definitely not letting that guy go. But, yeah, guys, man, look, March 29th, we got a big event. And, look, I can't even front on you guys at all. But I say this all the time, so that's what brings me joy. Even when Soto was here, I always say it, right? These events, and for the people that have been there, these events are about the community. I don't watch the games when I'm there. Everybody knows that. You guys can confirm that. I don't watch the games at all. I'm busy talking to people, having a good time, especially in the Audi Club. I'm always walking around the whole thing and having a great time. So, yeah, it's a tough fucking sell. I'm not even going to front. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I'm not even going to bullshit. It is a tough sell as it stands right now. The community is bigger than Soto, and I'm happy you said that, Matt. That's where I am. Of course we are. As Mosh just said, whenever the U gets together, it's a family reunion. We have an amazing time. And I'm telling you guys right now, every single one of you guys would seriously enjoy it. Seriously enjoy it being there. For this event. It's amazing. It's a better experience than you will have at anywhere in that stadium. I promise you that. And like I said, man, tickets are already up and out there. I don't know if Jira's upstairs already or she's in the chat, but she could throw that link in there for anybody if they want to get their tickets. But it is going to be amazing. A lot of you have already bought your tickets. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing to see each and every one of you. And again, the good news is who the frick knows what the Yankees team is gonna look like. I don't know. If I come, it's just to hang out with you. And Johnny, I appreciate that, man, but that's what it is for us too. You know what I mean? That's what it is for us too. Dominguez should get the 22. I wouldn't mind the Yankees giving Jason Dominguez number 22. Why not? Why not? If he wants it, have it. It's an open number. You're gonna be a regular starter. Give him number 22. I'm okay with that. I don't have a beef with that at all. I don't have a problem with that at all, man. I don't have a problem with that at all. Ivan's World, brother, me either. God, I'm working on myself probably today, like 3 hours of sleep. I woke up, I went to bed around 4:20, 4:30. I had to wake up at 8. Went to the gym for about an hour and a half. I got back and I started putting all this stuff together. I had to make a lot of graphics. I got to reset a lot of stuff that I had planned because the Soto's gone. So yeah, it's been a busy ass day today. Matt says Tucker and Murakami next year. It's possible. There's next year's free agency just looks better, especially offensively. Again, you got Vlad, you got Tucker, you got Murakami. That's a situation where you can see the Yankees maybe miss, but you pivot to somebody else. And you just pivot to somebody else. So, John Brophy says Dominguez is expecting number 25. I could see that. I could also see Dominguez rocking 25. That makes sense to me too. The great John Brophy in the chat, my guy. But guys, give me a second here. I'm gonna do another update if there is anything else. There's not a shit ton of stuff going on right now. What I'm gonna go ahead and do, guys, so this wasn't the only day we're going to do this drive. We want to get the full amount, so we want to hit the 2K. We are a little bit short. We're less than 1,000 away from hitting that. We'll continue it on tomorrow, and tomorrow will probably be the last day that I do this, whether we hit the goal or not. We'll wrap up the charity streams. If there is breaking news tonight, you guys know I got it covered for you. I'm not going anywhere. There's my guy, Kev. Has Cashman, a.k.a. Johnson Head, done anything? No, he hasn't done anything. As Irish Rover with 100 big ones.
Thank you for being a friend.
Soto took the money train to Queens. I am happy for him and his family. He will be missed, but it's time to move on. Thanks for taking care of the kids. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to Pete Gira and the chat. Appreciate you, man, as we're close to our goal now at 11:36. One more thing for everybody, because I know there's new people coming in, people leaving, people coming in. We're also, again, this is just if you have stuff and you're willing to do this, by all means, go right ahead. All I ask is maybe you write NYYU, because a couple of these companies I did reach out to and said that we may have stuff being sent and we'll put our information on it. The link is right up there. There's a company called Second Chance Toys. You could put, basically what they do is they provide, toys that are used. Good shape though. You can package them all together. They tell you how to package them, and then you could drop them off at one of the places that accept their donations. All you got to do is click on the link up there. You put your zip code in and they'll tell you. But I did reach out to them. I emailed just as a heads up if there's, any way. We actually have something really cool coming up that you guys are going to get to see. For some of the work we did for a charity, we have been invited somewhere to do something. I'll show you guys what that is pretty soon. You'll see it. But very, very excited about the work we do here at NYYU as Nick drops another $5. Appreciate you, man. You didn't play more either? Mine either? I didn't play yours either. I got a lot of voicemails here, guys. We get a lot of them. I apologize if I skip one. If I delete one by accident, I apologize, guys. If you wanted to play another one, go ahead. Just listen to the VP of Baseball Ops. He makes it sound like they are going with the youth. I mean, look, Zilla, I'll keep it $150 with you, man. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say. You want to know why? They really can't say much else. They're not allowed to talk about other free agents. You can't really, guys that are free agents, I guess they can. But they're not going to go out there and say, yeah, we're really interested here. They're not going to give in much due to negotiations. You're going to hear more about the guys that are already under contract. Brian Cashman has done stuff like this forever, right? You hear about, Anthony Volpe, Bubba Crosby could start in center field if we don't get nobody else. We're comfortable with that. And you hear all that baloney. But depending on who the guys are, look, I really love Jason Dominguez. I've been saying for a long time he deserves a shot. I like Caleb Durbin. I believe he's going to be a backup. I don't think the Yankees give him second base. I think they're going to make a move somewhere there. Maybe that's wrong, and maybe they will. I don't know. But if I had to guess, I would say Caleb Durbin is a backup. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but maybe he will be. They got a lot of work to do, man. Troy, I don't know if maybe Bubba Crosby was past your time. Can't believe I'm that old. Is it 2005? There you go, Troy. You're definitely, yeah. I figured you knew that. Pete, unfortunately, it's hard to have faith. Scars, there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling like, it's going to be tough for the Yankees, because it very well could be. They may just have to get better production out of the guys they've already had, and that's the hope, right? Is that players progress. But that got to happen first. So it's hard to believe that. It's hard to believe it until you really know. Until you get to see it. It's hard to believe it. There's a chance you see a Yankee lineup and you look at it and go, this is ass. This sucks. And then when they get on the field and play together and it's performing and you go, wow, it's doing pretty good. That's doing pretty good. Troy, you're basically my age. But I remember Bubba Crosby, yeah. I remember back then it was wild when he said that. True, our guys haven't played to potential. That's true, especially our younger guys. Anthony Volpe was expected to be a much better hitter. He was expected to be a much better hitter. Didn't turn out that way. Austin Wells looks like he could be the real deal. Jazz is still young. I think Jason Dominguez is legit. I love Dominguez. I love him. Caleb Durbin could be good. Who knows? So, at the end of the day, we could be upset. We could be angry about Soto, but we know what it is. We know what it is. We know what it is, man. We got to move forward. We're Yankee fans first. We're Yankee fans first. We're always going to be Yankee fans, and we're going to root for this team no matter what. That's just how it is. That is just how it is over here. So that's never going to change, man. We're going to bring you the news as much as we can. Again, whenever there's breaking news from the Yankees, we're going to have it covered for you guys. I'm probably going to start, as I sign off here, I'm actually going to probably start getting some other stuff set up and ready to go. Because who knows, maybe there could be a couple of big signings from the Yankees. I think we know some of those players potentially. It could be. So it's going to be fun. But guys, I am going to go ahead and wrap up right here. We are over 50% of our goal. We're not far off. I'm going to go ahead and do this again tomorrow. If we hit the goal, we hit it. If we don't, I think we still done something really amazing today. So I think you guys should be very, very proud of yourselves. Again, thank you guys. We do a 24-hour stream. If anybody doesn't notice, we do a 24-hour stream on deadline day, trade deadline day every year. We'll do that again next year. And we do one of these charity streams during December to try to help some kids out and things like that. And like I said, I'll carry this one over into another live stream tomorrow, and then we'll wrap up from there. But guys, you are the best. Nothing like this NYYU community. Much love to each and every one of you guys. I think we pushed almost 3 hours here today. So until next time, guys, I am out of here. Much love to all of you. Peace out, guys. Any news breaks, you know I got you guys right here. Don't worry. I'll be right back. Peace out. Talk to you guys later.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 20.
Oh, yeah. Before Jira kills me, follow us on IG. She will literally rip me up. Follow us on Instagram. The link is there. Please go ahead and follow us. Now I'm out. Bye.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text.